start up with the stream and get a quick recap.
Sure. So, last time we met, last week, we played some Dungeons and Dragons, Eberron, Shadow Under the Mountain. We had entered the Valerian Company base again and had gone through the portal, same one we had done earlier in the campaign, into Kyber. We went further and eventually came to the room where we fought the Oni. And there's this dark figure floating there, kind of like a suit of armor or something. And it's hard to say what happened there. I think its name was Zodar, and partying made it sad. It wants to see inside because of something to do with its slippery fingers. It was looking for something, had an appointment with someone, and then it went to talking about pickles, and it disappeared as Lyra was trying to talk about pickles being food, and apparently that was not the appropriate response, where it started raining cheese wheels. And I think that's when we called it good back in Kyber. In our way back, we realized that the portal had closed behind us, so we teleported back to our bastion, where we took some downtime to handle some bastion turns. One day, some courier arrived with a letter from the Duke saying, I need to see you right now, my castle, ASAP. I guess someone, a friend of the Duke, named Nalazim Agaster, believes that we've stolen something from him, and that something was Virgil. And a tribunal was being held in a few days for our crimes. 26 years ago, prior to the Treaty of Thronehold, he commissioned a bunch of Warforged parts. And because of the treaty, Warforged are no longer property, and so he can't claim ownership of Virgil anymore. But he wants to be recouped the price of the 100 Warforged order that he put in at 500 gold a pop. Virgil went to go find representation, and he joined us back at the Bastion, where people explained where they were. 18 years ago, the letter from Fenton Valerian asked about speaking with dead, since we have the body of Valerian, or the Valerian guy. The Red Lions help us reclaim the body. We are able to scry on the Warforged parts that we saw months ago from the burned down Valerian warehouse. And it turns out they are in the river next to the burned down warehouse. So we get some Red Lions and people from the Apothecarium to go and get out those crates. We get out one of them, basically, with help from the Apothecarium people, the stevedores, and who was it? Captain Blackhouse, the guy from the first episode. He was there and basically considered this a mass grave, so he's giving us a couple of days until our trial before he starts digging them all out, but this is a problem, so he is going to be watching over them. And then Lyra called in a favor from the temple to get someone to cast Speak with Dead on Fenton Valerian, because if we did it, then that might, magic woo-woo that we are influencing it. But I think that's kind of where we ended. You're muted.
So yeah, I think you guys are pretty much prepped for the tribunal. There is a couple of days left before it actually happens, so I just wanted to know if there's anything else you guys wanted to do before we get into that, or if we should just skip forward in time to that moment.
Long rest really quick.
I would like to go over just one last time for my own sakes with my legal representation anything I should or should not say at this tribunal to avoid self-incrimination and or cause problems.
Kellen is basically going to tell you that he's representing you, so you should, like, they will ask you questions, give honest answers, but other than that, let Kellen basically worry about framing it, more or less.
Okay, so there's no worry about being too forthright with information or being too honest, or I don't know if we should. What I'm trying to say is, should we mention things like we know about the pile of bodies in the river?
Kellen will shrug and say, like, it's up to you what we bring forward. Tell me what you want to use, and I'll find a way to use it.
Okay, fair enough. Right.
Like, I'm gonna be skipping over most of Kellen's lines because I'm not gonna try and do full proper legal speak the whole way through this. It's gonna break my brain, and a lot of it's gonna be just covering stuff that we've been throwing up again. But yeah, you guys will be like, as far as the mechanics go, it'll be mostly Kellen talking, but you guys will be dealing with it out of character mostly in terms of what evidence you guys want to bring up to break down whatever accusation gets leveled or whatever.
Cool.
I don't want that. No. Yeah, I think I'm good.
Glimmer has detect magic, correct?
I do.
Okay.
I was just checking one thing really quick. See if I want to prep it or not. Just want to see if there are any spells or anything that I can do with this. Sorry, things are being slow. It is common or uncommon, so rules. Is it equipment or probably magic? Potion, common, uncommon. What does this do? Nope. Don't need that. Sorry. I think this should be it. Yeah, there's nothing I really need out of this, so I'm good.
You're muted.
Was there anything else anyone wanted to do before we go to the courtroom?
No, I'm good.
Yes.
Oh,
I want to, like, literally right before walking in, I want to cast Detect Evil and Good on myself.
Okay. Just double checking on exactly how that works.
Lasts for 10 minutes. For the duration, you sense the location of any aberration, celestial, elemental, fae, fiend, or undead within 30 feet of myself. Says I also sense whether the hollow spell is active there, and if so, where.
Well, the courthouse is not hallowed.
Oh, look, I get
You
a
do
front row
notice like
seat.
you do notice the odd whispers of like celestial and fiendish stuff in the crowds around you, but that's like the occasional Asimar or Tiefling who wanders by. There's like
Okay.
echoes of it, but not really full traces.
Okay.
But that's before you walk in. And I put you guys on benches, but the basic way that this works, like you can see names of people if you hover over them. Kellen's over here on your side. This is Nalzim. It's actually Nalzim himself who's going to be representing himself. And anybody who's going into the witness box, that's here if you're being questioned. There are plenty of guards around. You do notice that there is a jury box over on one side, but there's nobody in the jury box. So this doesn't appear to be that kind of court.
Since we are familiar with the town at this point, would we know who Magistrate Theniel and Colonel Massey are?
You know Colonel Massey. He's one of the higher ranked members of the Red Lions. You've
Okay.
never seen Magistrate Theniel before. The old Duke did mention that there was a magistrate coming in from Rote,
Oh,
the
gotcha.
royal court.
That's right.
And you can presume that that's probably them in the big seat. So once introductions are leveled out, and you can see everyone, like Theniel is a elvish woman with long silver hair. She's clearly fairly old, but it doesn't really apply to her face. Colonel Massey looks pretty much exactly like he does there. The old Duke, of course, you know. And Nalzim is wearing a cloak. He does have his cloak hood pulled back, unlike the pick. It's exposing a relatively young-looking human man with bald head. Looks like it's been shaved because there's a bit of growth there. And he looks like he's in the flush of youth, actually. Lyra, you get weird sensations from Nalzium. He's not reading as undead specifically, but there's something weird there. But you can't put your
Great.
finger on it.
Great.
So I had to check the spell.
He's human and looks to be in the picture of health.
Yeah, like 28, 30 maybe, somewhere around there.
A necromancer.
The Duke also looks very, very young for being like 400 years old.
The old Duke looks like he's like in his early 50s.
Sure, but he's like a 400-year-old human.
Yeah.
And
I'm picking up your hint.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I suppose that's fair too. Lyra, the old Duke very much comes off as undead. Unlike with Nalzium, there's no equivocation about that.
Fantastic. I feel like I knew that already.
There were hints, but nobody actually checked.
Is Nalzim wearing any jewelry?
He's wearing
Made with
robe.
jade, perhaps?
You can give me a perception check.
Would love to. That is horse hockey. Nope, I perceive absolutely nothing.
You don't see any earrings, but it's hard to get any kind of a sight line on to what anything might be hanging around his neck, or if there's any kind of bracelets or anything on his arms, because his robes are pretty long.
Okay. I don't say anything to Torque or Virgil because we're in the front row. But like I move my right arm behind the back of the bench that we're sitting on and does Glimmer know sign language?
I do.
Awesome. And finger spell to Glimmer that Nalzim is putting off undead vibes.
Not quite. Like in comparison to the old Duke directly here, like there's something
It's
there, but it's
minuscule.
definitely not like the old Duke.
Right. I don't have another way to explain it though.
Mhm.
So, and I don't have I'm finger spelling. I gotta be quick.
Yeah.
I, as in the player, have a guess what that might be, but in character, no clue. Out of curiosity, when I entered the room, did Nalzim recognize or acknowledge me at all as being essentially what he believes was his property?
Oh, he's quietly glaring at all of you.
Okay. He's not specifically staring at me. Or...
Not really, no. Not singling you out more than anybody else.
Okay.
And Thenia will
Shit.
wrap her knuckles on the desk as this all comes to, as you guys all settle in. And also, the rest of the benches in the room here are empty. There are no, members of the city who are here to observe or anything like that. There's just the magistrates, Nalzim and Kellen, and the guards, and yourselves.
So it's a private party.
They're not trying to, keep people out, because they probably wouldn't have guards in here if that was the case, but it's not a public display either.
So, I mean, yeah, we're pretty high profile, and this could be a huge problem as a whole.
Quite important question. Were we disarmed on the way in?
You were allowed to keep your weapons because of your tributes to the city, but you have been warned that drawing your weapons will be considered an act of hostility, and any casting of magic will similarly be considered a hostile act. There, you got around it because you cast outside the court. And, there's no allowances for well, this is just a utility spell, detect magic. No, any casting will be treated as hostile. The one exception would be if you have presented a specific plea for a specific spell to be cast, like the case with your Speak with Dead from a member of the blanking the temple. So Thenia will wrap her knuckles to get everybody's attention and say, "We're going to begin this tribunal. We will have no messing around with all of this. We get through this as quickly and cleanly as possible and find everything out that we can to come to the truth of this. No magic, no deceits, just the truth. Mr. Egaster, would you like to make your plea before the courts?" And as you'll see, Nazim will just very kindly nod back to Theniel and stand up. "It's very simple, Magistrate Theniel. These people stole from me. I have a bill of sale here," and he pulls out a fairly old-looking document with a large, fancy seal and ribbon on it. This is for 100 Warforged that I bought quite some time ago. It was been 26 years ago for 100 Warforged from House Kenneth. Obviously, since that time, Warforged have become full sentient members of society. That is not something that is being disputed here. But most of these were inactivated Warforged that never got around to being activated, and thus were still I would make the argument that they were still property. That property was then stolen from me some 18 years ago. I believe, by the group in question before you, as one of those Warforged is in the courtroom today, and he points at Virgil, and is obviously friendly and cooperating with those who, I assume, activated him for that purpose. I'm seeking recompense for my losses in the tune of pretty much what I paid for them, which was 500 gold a unit. With 100 units, that would be 50,000 gold pieces. Obviously, I'm not making any claim on your hero in the courtroom. He's a free person now, but the property was still stolen when it was still property. I am perfectly willing to answer any further questions you might possibly ask. And he bows to her and sits back down. Daniel turns to Kellen and says, "And do you have any quick response to these accusations?" On first glance, the court is willing to consider the plea, even though it's strange to be calling Warforged property this far down the line, but I understand Mr. Agaster's argument, and it will be considered. Do you have a response? And well, it will be Kellen. I'm going to let you guys figure out what you want to be responding to that. We'll assume you have prepped things with Kellen ahead of time.
I mean, immediately the first counter argument is that this group did not exist 18 years ago, let alone a year ago, that several members of this group were either not on this plane, not on this land, not old enough to be committing of the crime, and that I wasn't.
Toddlers.
Yeah, and that I wasn't actually active until 6 or so months ago. Like, none of the timeline fits up with his accusation.
There's that.
I mean, that's the initial entry point as to, in terms of how it can't be us.
Correct.
And then from there, go into the evidence of what we know regarding the...
Well, we'll go one step at a time.
Yeah.
So Kellen will present that and make note that several of you are young enough that you would have been children at the time of the theft, and definitely weren't a group before like a few months ago. And
yeah,
lay that
something
all out,
like
of course.
lay out that like the Duke himself is responsible for us coming together.
Yeah, like that was all established. So clearly
Yeah.
there wasn't any prior organization. And Centennial will nod and say that's definitely problematic for Mr. Agaster's case. Mr. Agaster, do you have a response? And Agaster will grumble, stand up, say, it may be true that not all of them were complicit, but I would argue that some of them might be complicit. And then those who have joined the group afterwards, it's just a question of which of them are complicit in the original theft and should be held to account for the value. Clearly, and no insult intended, at least one of the members over there is clearly old enough to have been around and active 18 years ago, perhaps engaged in a life of crime that she was then hiding out here from. And he points at Glimmer specifically, but doesn't really name her out, and then sits down again.
I was going to say, this is the point probably where we would... Sorry, stupidly loud car just went past. This is the point where we would reveal our knowledge of the... Oh God, what are they called?
The Valerian Company.
Thank you. The Valerian Company. Their use of...
Or at least you could lay out specifically that you know who activated you.
Yes.
And it was the supposed head of the Valerian Company,
And that
which we exposed to not be the actual.
And that multiple Warforged before me had also been activated, as they bore the same token from the Valerian Company in their skull as a location device.
It takes like a half an hour to get all of this out on the table.
Yeah.
And we're not going to spend all of this time on it because we spent most of the time the last couple sessions
last
discussing
time.
all of this. But like you can just see Theniel's frown deepening as more and more evidence gets piled out. And so like you've got all these little tokens that were inserted into the heads of the Warforged. You've got the body of the Warforged that you got out there that you pulled out of the river that's present for them to examine and see that it's the same kind of design as Virgil. And like they've actually got records too that the old Duke brings out of who rented the warehouse that burned down, which was the Valerian Company.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so Theniel is appearing to be very not happy with how that all went, and looks to Agaster for a response. And Agaster stands up in a huff and says, "They're trying to deflect. Where's the evidence that the Valerian Company was up to anything untoward? Perhaps somebody inserted these things and hid them inside the warehouse. Maybe the Valerian Company is working for these people. How do we know any of this is true?"
They have me, who can testify exactly what was going on and how it was happening.
And this is where we say, you know, like, as well, that we have the true head of the Valerian Company to validate our claims that he was killed and his company was taken over or something. Like, we can ask the person.
Literally, we have his head.
Go
What?
speak with Dead.
Then Theniel frowns and says, "This is incredibly unusual, but I'll allow it." And Nalzim is spluttering and trying to protest, and she's having none of it. And the I don't know who you guys gave the skull to, but it might have been the member of the
Red
temple
Lions.
who was going to come in with the Red Lions. But the Red Lions bring the skull out and put it basically on the banister of the witness ramp, and they bring in the cleric from the temple, who comes across and casts Speak with Dead on the corpse, and it sort of raises up into the air, and a ghostly figure forms around it. And she looks at Theniel and Kellen and says, "What questions would you have me ask? There can be 5. And I'll let you guys guide the questioning on that. Theniel might take over a question if she has a specific expectation that she wants to answer.
Suppose the first is to confirm identity and profession, and then discuss the nature of their demise, how they died.
I am Fenton Q. Valerian. I was the owner of the Valerian Company and founder. And the second one, I was murdered by a demonic entity who then took me someplace strange and subterranean and murdered me there, and then took my form before I passed away.
Noting our lawyer would say, the Red Lions can confirm like this location, and that's where they found the body and stuff.
And there'll be a nod to Massey up at the top, who's already talked to his people.
And we also have this isn't a question, but we also have their last letter with signature that's been confirmed to be their handwriting.
And Theniel will ask to see that letter.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll go over it, and she'll look at the Spectre on the witness box and say, "Do you confirm that you wrote this letter?" And the spirit will say, "Yes, I wrote that in my final dying moments." Does anybody have further questions they want to ask Fenton?
What year were you killed?
Hold on.
No, that one's important.
Before you do that, none of the questions that have been asked pertain to the case at hand.
This one does, because if you work out what year they were killed, we know what year the Oni took over the company and when the Warforged was stolen.
But that doesn't acquit us.
I mean, yes, Cease is correct in that, That would leave us with one more question. I don't know if people there could guess that he has been dead for a while, given that it's not a fresh head. But at some point, not laying this out as a specific question, we could ask something along the lines of, were you or your company responsible for getting an order of 100 Warforged or parts, or something along the lines of, were you operating in Shadowgate at any capacity at the time of your death? I don't know.
But that doesn't... If he says no to the Warforged parts, that doesn't absolve us either, because, again, that could have been a theft after his demise.
Sure.
If he died 20 years ago, he wouldn't have a clue, because the theft was 18 years ago. You're muted, by the way, Indus.
The bill of sale was entered into evidence, and you guys would have had a chance to take a look at it. It does say that the delivery was made by House Cannith.
Oh, it was made by House Cannith to
Nelson McGaster.
Okay.
So if we can prove he was already dead at the time, then we can prove that it was the Oni that did this, or that orchestrated this.
Or at least that he didn't do it.
Yeah.
But that doesn't confirm the Oni.
No, the tokens in the head and the Oni giving me orders confirms the Oni.
But maybe I'm just too sleepy for this, but none of that pertains to acquitting us.
It does if it proves that the Oni was the one controlling the Warforged the whole time.
But does it prove that?
It would more or less prove that someone in charge of the Valerian company that wasn't this person who was supposed to be the head of it did that thing. That doesn't necessarily absolve us, but
it gives them a far more credible suspect than the extremely loose and tangible evidence that is connecting us to this.
So this is where it gets dicey. So like his good night. His Warforged were found in the river next to a warehouse of the Valerian company. And the closest thing that can be drawn from this to me that would acquit us is that somehow tying those Warforged to the company that I mean, we were not part of whenever that bill of sale happened. And
Those,
you know what I mean? Like,
those Warforged would have been there in the crates when the guards came to arrest me when I ran off with the necklace. Those crates would have been in the warehouse at the time. And they did search the warehouse for me.
I don't know how that happened, because I don't know if we ever actually covered that or not.
I think that was in a DM to me from Endus, but that would have been on the old Slack channel, so let me see if it still exists.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Also, you guys didn't bring that up to try and establish that before now.
No.
So which guards was it? You don't know.
No. That's only something I've just remembered. I didn't think it would be needed. I thought we had enough.
So, Cease, what is your recommendation of another, since we have to, like right now on the floor in front of us, we have like maybe what year you were murdered, as a potential question. I'm having trouble thinking of things that would more or less acquit us directly. I feel like to get to the quote-unquote acquittal stage, it would take a two-part question, like a lead-in. Because I don't know if one will just do it.
I don't know if this witness can acquit us.
Sure. With other evidence, it would help, I'm sure.
I think that our best chance is to establish that the Oni was responsible for this.
which he said though, like he was murdered by a demon
Yes, but if
that
it
took
depends.
his form.
Yeah, but it depends when he was murdered by a demon. If he'd already stolen the Warforged parts.
Um,
Whichever you think will help your case the most.
Do you have one then, Cease? Do you have a question you were thinking of?
I'm contemplating.
Okay.
You can't see
Like
it, but I have a thinking face on. I'm just really tired, so everything is processing slow.
Okay.
You don't necessarily need to have like a slam dunk. This absolutely proves
Sure.
we're 100% innocent. You need to make Nalzim fail to make his case.
yeah, because as of right now, I think we're already doing a good job.
His case right now is literally Glimmer was old enough to be around at the time the theft happened. That is his entire argument at this point.
Yes.
Pretty much.
That is the most circumstantial argument you have possible. We already have a better tie to the Valerian company doing the theft than Glimmer.
And, you know, right now he's not seeking to have us punished. He's seeking to be refunded, but we can also just give him 98 or 99 Warforged.
99 Warforged corpses, though some of them were alive, so he can't. They require burials.
I mean, I
Also,
don't
like
know.
they
I don't
are
know if there's
corpses
a-
at this point. Like
Okay.
as far as like
per the
legally
Treaty
it
of
would
Throne.
go.
Okay.
Like there might have been an argument that could have been made if they were inactivated, but at this point, they're dead. Like they were at some point activated and then killed in
Okay.
the line of action.
The best thing he could hope for is to take over the Valerian company and its buildings and assets, whatever it has.
I mean, yeah. Okay. Back to the
I think it
questions.
just. I guess it just depends on the answer to the question, because or the answer to the next question as to where we're going to go from there.
The next question being, what year were you killed? Or a different one?
Whatever question you guys are asking.
And if you think you can ask a question that will get you more information that can give you another question to ask, by all
Sure.
means.
Yeah. And that's what I've been contemplating. Okay, so to step outside of this box a little, what do we know about the Valerian company? They're just a shipping company, correct?
Right?
Yeah, a trade company.
That's what. Okay.
I mean, did he have like? I mean, we're looking at here. Did you have any agreements with Nalzim Agaster or his house? Did
Or
you
the
enter
trades-
into any contracts with them? Have you done any workings with this person before? Are
Does
you
the-
aware of the Warforged that this person ordered on this date?
Yeah. Did your company traffic, or are
Well, we know who's delivered it because it says on the docket.
sure, but that's
right,
not.
but does he know?
But what I want to know is, if they're another delivery service, are they a rival of the Valerian company? Like, is this DHL stealing a UPS package?
House Cannith is one of the Dragonmark houses that do a lot of the
House
construction stuff. They were responsible for creating the Warforged.
Yeah.
Oh, right. So is it more like a?
So the thing in question
Stepping on our
is
turf
that
thing.
we stole them from Nazim, but we know for a fact that they were in the Valerian company's possession. That's what we know, and we somehow need to prove.
I mean, we've already established the tokens and.
I think asking flat out, are you aware of any Warforged being held by the Valerian company?
But if he says no, then there goes our.
Well,
link
then
to-
that could lead into a second question of, do you know, did these 6 people, accused of this crime work for the Valerian company?
Right.
Where these Warforged were found?
Yeah, but if he says no, that he doesn't know of any Warforged,
then that
We need to-
that would then put into question why they were in the possession of the Valerian company.
which you
Right.
have to prove he was killed before.
Or he would just say at that time that that must have happened after, or that didn't happen while I was
Mhm.
alive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but we need to establish when he died. We don't
Sure,
have a
go
year.
for it. Go ahead.
No, I'm
It's
saying
your
after
trial.
that.
I don't care.
No, I'm saying after that question, we would need to establish when he died as like the fifth and final question.
Quick question. Does the letter that he wrote on his deathbed, did he happen to date that letter and we just didn't look for the date?
He did not.
Did not.
Well, that's not helpful.
Mm.
It's written in a very shaky hand because he was literally dying from a gut wound at the
Yeah.
time.
Well, he could have been more thoughtful.
I mean, if he died within the last 18 years, then you can ask the question if he knew of any war. So if you ask first, did he know of any Warforged being held in storage by the Valerian company? If he says yes, we ask, did any of us 6 work there? Where he'll say no.
Right.
If he says no, he doesn't know of any Warforged being held, we've got to ask when he died to establish that it happened after his death.
That seems like a couple of reasonable follow-ups, yeah.
So yeah, if we go with Cease's question first about Warforged in possession of the Valerian company.
And what was that questions exactly?
Let
How did you word it, Cease?
Hold on, let me scroll back through notes. 1 second.
Don't look at my notes.
No, my notes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because you also rattled off like 9 good questions immediately.
Da, 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 da.
Bruce.
It was something about
So I had 3 questions that we could ask. One, did you have any agreement with Nalzim or his house? Did you enter into any contracts with them? Have you done any works with that person before? Or are you aware of the Warforged that this person ordered on whatever date? Or there's another one.
Maybe it could be
Are you aware of any Warforged being held by the Valerian company?
That would be a good one.
Warforged specifically ordered by Nelson. I feel like it's like Wish. If you word it too vaguely,
yeah,
you get it.
I feel like those almost need to be 2 questions. Like, are you aware of the Warforged parts, or are you aware of any property in the possession of the Valerian company that is owned by Nalzim? And I think that one would screw us.
I will say to remember that he died 18 years ago, so anything in the last 18 years he wouldn't know about.
Yeah, totally.
Oh,
right.
So he has actually. Wait, do we know that?
No, we don't.
That's what I'm saying.
Or sorry.
I mean, we can guess.
You know he died a long time ago. Like, so anything
yes,
recent.
he's bones.
Like, the
Yeah, we had a
the
pretty good
Warforged in the
guesstimate
warehouse
that it
that was happening while you guys were there.
Yeah.
So he
Yeah.
the idea that he would know about that. I doubt they were holding those in that warehouse for like 18 years necessarily.
Right. So yeah, I would ask, are you aware of any deactivated Warforge in the possession of the Valerian company that were once owned by Nalzim?
I think that's a really good one.
That's the question you're asking?
If the team is not objecting, correct.
I think that's a good. Yeah.
I think it's a good question.
Then Fenton says, we had a contract with Nalzimi Gaster to transport 100 units of Warforged from a location up north near to Quickstone to a location in Gala Spire. Before that could be completed, I was killed.
So the last question should be to confirm that none of us worked for the Valerian Company.
Correct.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, that's really well. Yeah, that's done.
So what was that next question?
Are
to
any,
ask if
of the defendants part of the Valerian Company?
any of the accused
Yeah.
sat. Yeah. I don't know. Can I speak with dead corpse C?
I don't know.
It can see. So if you're asking if it can identify anyone,
Yeah. Identify any of us as
Working
staff.
for the Valerian.
Yeah, members of the Valerian Company.
I have not seen anyone in this courtroom other than the Warforged behind me, who seems to be one of the units we were transporting. And then he dissipates. And the skull settles back down on the banister.
Well, that absolves Glimmer. And that was his one tenuous link. So they only killed him while the transaction was in lieu. And then used the Warforged for his own means. Over a period of 18 years.
And Dalzim is spluttering over there at that testimony when his name came out. Theniel raps her knuckles again harshly on the desk in front of her and says, "Silence, Mr. Egaster. This does not look good for you. It appears that you contracted with the Valerian Company to transport your property. The owner of the Valerian Company was murdered in the middle of that transport and replaced by some demonic entity for purposes unknown, but for which I think the court has some idea might have been related. And now you're accusing these random people who have heroically defended this city of a crime that they have no apparent connection to, other than happening to partner with one of what was originally one of your Warforged, which has come to its senses and gained sentience and become a person unto itself. Do I have this correct?" And Nalzim is going to stand up, basically kick back so hard that his chair goes flying into the back, and he starts casting a spell.
So does that roll initiative then?
No, because Theniel counterspells it.
Yes.
And
I
then he starts
suppose our
casting.
mate could have figured out what kind of spell it was.
Do you want to do a Arcana to see what kind of spell it was?
Sure.
DC 18.
Ooh,
Oh,
that's a
17,
high level
sorry.
spell.
Just because I need to be like an elephant here, does it have anything to do with demons?
No.
Okay.
It's a high level necromantic spell.
24.
You can't really tell which spell it is necessarily. I don't think. But
With
you
a
can tell it's
20.
high level.
With a 24.
Well, if it was less than 17, you wouldn't know anything about it.
Oh, fair point.
Well,
Okay.
you can tell it was necromantic and hostile. And then he's also going to immediately
Glimmer
after that.
is going to shriek necromancy.
Sure. And Nazim will scream, "This isn't over!" And he's going to basically pop a ring out on his hand that was hidden in his cloaks, rub it, and he vanishes. And it's like there's a pop, like he teleported or something.
Mm-hmm.
Crap. I immediately, like, as soon as he grabs for the ring, I jump from my seat. I don't draw any weapons, but I jump up.
I really need to think about my downtime and actually learn counterspell because I have it in a spell book. I just haven't learned it yet.
Bunch of the
That's
guards
a
were charging
bummer.
him and sort of stumble to a halt as he vanishes.
Virgil's
Daniel-
eyes could widen, they would.
Daniel sighs and says, I think I can comfortably say that this matter is closed and all charges are no longer being considered against those of you who were accused. I apologize for all of this. Clearly the court was misled. If there's anything that we can do to help you in the future with any legal matters, by all means reach out. But as of now, I think this matter is settled. The Gaster is gone. I'll put out an official warrant with Breland's authorities, but I'm not sure if that's going to even matter. A mage of his strength, he's likely to be able to easily avoid capture.
Quick question. When he was casting the first spell, who was he aiming toward?
It looked like you all.
Okay.
But it's impossible to say like who specifically he was aiming at.
No, like I meant which direction he was looking.
Towards all of you.
Okay, I have a theory what he was going to cast, but okay.
Is it pertinent that you find him?
He's clearly a dangerous mage who's got incredible skills that would be a very significant problem. I don't know what the Duke's connection to this madman is, but the man was about to attack people in open court.
So you will not be opposed if civilians find him?
In fact, I'll do you one better. And she pulls out a piece of paper and starts writing on it. I'm officially declaring this Nalzim Egaster outlaw under Brelish law. If you're not familiar with the term, outlaw means he is no longer covered by the protections of Brelish law. I consider this attack to be an attack not just on you, all of you, but an attack on my court and my person, and I'm not going to have any of that. Feel free to hunt the man down if you want, and you can do whatever you wish to him. He is no longer considered covered under Brelish law. The old Duke stands up angrily and, muttering to himself, leaves the court, walking out the back through one of the doors there. He doesn't look angry at that specific declaration. He looks like he looks embarrassed and annoyed by the whole situation.
I mean, he did get just called out. Shame such a young man would fall to such horrible dealings. I think magistrate... Ooh, and his face got real big.
Oh my god, the zoom in. Jesus.
What the hell is going on with my camera? I don't know what my camera is doing.
I don't know, but we just got your forehead. It's like...
I know,
It's
I can see it too.
comedy hour. It's great.
For some reason, the zoom is going haywire on my thing every now and then if it loses my face.
It's like when you do a video call with anybody over the age of 17, all you see is the head up there.
I think what it is was that my water bottle obscured my face. Nope. I don't know what it was.
Magistrate, I think you can just forget their name, as I don't think you'll be hearing about it again. We're sorry for having you waste a trip here.
This is a waste of time. It's always good to get at the core of any problem like this. It's unfortunate that we had to waste your time dealing with what was obviously spurious accusations.
I'm actually really not sure what we did when you said we pulled out the actual motive for the original theft. You mean that we used the Oni?
So, yeah, part of it was basically that he accused us of stealing, but then the Valerian company, it came out that the Valerian company was hired by Nalzim to transport the Warforged, so they were never stolen, because we established that the head of the Valerian company took the contract and then was murdered. As well as we were not part of the Valerian company.
Right. I mean, there still technically is a theft if the transport company just keeps hold of what they're supposed to take. They're supposed to deliver.
Sure, but he was accusing us.
Yeah.
But then the contract would also come out that they had been hired to transport it, so that's just a breach of contract, stolen property. That has nothing to do with us.
Mm-hmm. I assume we're just going to get up and leave.
Yep, that's a good point. I didn't think about that.
I have a theory as to why that is. But...
I'm laying breadcrumbs.
Uh-huh.
When you said there was traces of necromancy, but it wasn't full necromancy.
So I haven't told Virgil that.
Right.
No, this is out of character.
Okay.
Like, there are two ways that can be done. To what I'm thinking. This is going back to my old core days, and again, this is the player, not the character. It's either when you hit a certain level in necromancy, you no longer age, but that doesn't explain why you didn't recognize him. Alternatively, that was a clone and not the original.
Third option. Lyra found out that the Duke is fully undead, and what turned him that was his bracelet and the time he spent in the Jade prison.
Yeah.
There is still, that's why she did the perception check to see if it could see Jade jewelry on this person.
Holy shit, I never even picked up on that.
Yes.
Lyra picked up on it immediately.
I made the hint and Lyra's like, yes, we need to
I missed that so much.
Yeah.
Oh god, if this guy has the lost bracelet, dang.
Which is why the idea of pursuing them is
Pertinent.
on the table.
Well, I need us to leave the courtroom before my next question because I have a request of Glimmer, but we can't cast spells in here.
Right. I'll yell over, Helen, dear. Kellen.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time. Are we settled? Have we covered your fee? I believe
You
we
paid
did.
up front. Everything's good.
Then if I might impose to take this sending stone back, hopefully we'll not need to retain your services further.
Oh, I assume that was a loan. By all means.
And thank you again. And I certainly hope we won't need your services, but you were very thorough, and so please expect to get our glowing praise for people who might need your services going forward.
Also, if you're ever in the area, please drop by and say hello.
Not sure when I'll need to come out to your castle, but I appreciate the offer.
You never know when you need a group of our skills for investigative purposes.
I'm gonna glance at Virgil. Did you just volunteer our services without checking with the rest of the services?
No, I offered us as a retainer. If we can hire him, he could hire us.
I totally eye roll at that.
I'll grab the sending stone, and I think I've had enough of the court for today.
Agreed.
There's actually, I need to spend a little bit of time to look into something for a person. And I don't know if there are limitations on spells here. I'm sure I could now that we are out of session, but I don't know if they want to know what we're looking into.
Curious, because I would also have you look for a person, but I believe you already have the same idea.
Pretty sure I still had that spell prepped.
Right?
Yeah, I do. Okay.
Do you have locate object?
No.
Damn.
I actually have at least one whole spell book that I still need to
Transcribe.
Yes, and I just either forgot about it during downtime or was, doing other things. So it's not something that I've done, and I know for a fact, I mentioned it earlier. Like, counterspell is one of those things that I have in a spell book that I do not have. I want to say it's all abjuration spells though, so locate object is probably not on there.
I'm just thinking, is it going to be easier to scry on him or scry on his really fancy get me out of here ring?
So, and at least, the very least, locate object has a limitation of 1,000 feet.
Well, that would let us know if he's like waiting in ambush.
It's probably too late to say if I got a look at the ring, but it'd be safe to say that I got a look at the person. So, Glimmer will leave the courtroom, grabbing onto Virgil's arm.
I lead you out. As an aside, like, it doesn't need to be something that's role played out just to save time, but at some point Virgil would go find the captain of the guards that helped locate and dredge up the Warforged corpses and ask details of when and where they would be buried.
We can get to that in a moment. As you guys are leaving, like, the courthouse isn't just the one room that I showed. That was the courtroom there. Like, there's other chambers there, hallways and everything like that.
Got it.
As you guys are leaving, the old Duke will come out of one of the side passages as you're walking past and just loudly clear his throat as he's walking towards you, clearly trying to get your attention.
I just nod in his direction.
And
Apologies again.
He'll come up close and, talking quietly to all of you, he'll just say, "This has been incredibly embarrassing, and I apologize for any undue onus I have placed upon you. If you're looking to settle this, I knew Egaster once. I don't know him now. I never had much to do with him. All I do know is if you're looking for him, you should look towards Galeth Spire." And then he'll leave.
I'll like grab his, like, put a hand on his arm before he leaves. One other thing. How did you know him?
We weren't friends. We had a collaboration in a particular endeavor. I don't think it's relevant to what he's doing now or anything that's otherwise relevant.
Is it the same endeavor of what we are doing, protecting?
No, it has to do with my condition, and I was trying to find ways around it. It turned out to be fruitless.
I see.
Is there anything else? He seems a little bit annoyed at the prying of the question.
I apologize that my existence has caused you embarrassment.
It's not your existence, it's Egaster making this public when he clearly was pulling a fast one.
Would you like to speak with him again? After
Not
we find him?
particularly.
when we find him, would you like us to deliver a message?
I'd rather just forget this whole incident happened. But by all means, if you want to find a more proper... You were the ones he was attacking. He clearly has something out for you. I'm not sure why. Probably some petty vengeance thing. Do what you will. Feniel declared him outlaw. You can do whatever you want to him, apparently.
I hope you have a better day.
Well, this is over and you've been exonerated, which does help. It would have been far worse if there had been truth to the accusation and I had been partnering myself with thieves. I'm glad to have that proven wrong. Now, if you don't have nothing else, I have business I do need to get back to. And he turns and leaves.
Be well. Have Lyra and Torque come out of the courtroom yet?
Torque would have been basically right behind you and Virgil.
I am.
Virgil's just pondering.
Because everybody has already, like, the rest of my party has already exited the courtroom. Can I ask one of the guards to see if, other than the ring, if anything else was left behind?
Other than what ring?
Was the ring left behind, or did he just pull it out to put it on to teleport?
I thought he
No,
pulled it off his finger.
No, he had it on his hand. His hand was mostly hidden in his robes. He
Uh-huh.
pulled it out, rubbed it in some kind of a way, and then he vanished.
Okay, I misunderstood. I thought
I
he
did
like
too.
ripped it off his finger. So I just want to ask if
It's more like
anything
magic, activating a magic item.
got it. I just want to ask if they had left anything behind where they were.
It didn't seem to be, no.
Okay. Then I would actually be the last one leaving the court space.
This is when Glimmer will approach their. I don't know if this is something the Duke has ever brought to the temple, but when the Duke says he knew Nalzine, he knew him because he was trying to help. He was trying to get Nalzine help him with his, like pointing. Glimmer will do a minor illusion and make my hand all dark like the Duke's, and I'll point at it
Okay.
and make it go away.
Yep.
You wouldn't think that he could be the one with the missing jadeite item.
The Duke was forward, indicating that he was not involved in that.
To the Duke's knowledge. He may have done it.
Dear friends, I don't think outside of a courthouse is a place to be having this discussion because walls have ears.
Should I take away their walls?
I believe we should go home and have this discussion in a safe location.
Of course, I'm sorry.
There are a
It's
lot of
okay.
people bustling around you all.
Yeah. And immediately, do I notice
They're giving you a berth, but they're like not coming within like 10 feet of you, kind of thing.
Well-
They're still easily within earshot.
Would we notice any of the, oh my gosh. The guy that we keep meeting in the sewers.
Capa Bravo,
Yeah.
Oh,
Any
yeah.
of the
Capabella-
Capybara.
Capabellos. Yeah.
Yeah, any of the
people.
capybaras. Yeah.
Yes, any of the capybaras. Do we notice any of the people that might work for him in the area
inside the courthouse, you wouldn't.
outside?
Outside, then there's probably beggars around, yeah.
Okay. and I would mention that like under my breath. We don't know who's working for him, and while I'm not against sharing information, information is a good bartering chip. If necessary or if needed.
Let us return home and plan.
Yeah, I begin to head home.
Unless Glimmer wants to just like zoom us there.
No, I'm not gonna spend 50 gold just to get us across town.
Yeah, no.
I know we have the money, but I'm
also
gonna
even
that's
assume
ridiculous.
that like we brought the cart and like, or not the cart. We brought like the actual I want to say wagon. It's not
carriage.
Carriage. There's the word.
Oh yeah, we brought the carriage, didn't we?
Yeah, we brought the carriage. So like, Glimmer we have a proper ride home. Like, we're a proper sort.
Do we have the full 4 goats? The full 4 goats pulling it?
No.
I thought that's what we were going to do with them.
But I have a huge draft horse pulling it right now. It's
not
gorgeous.
As fancy as 4 goats.
Yeah.
Not really goats.
Well, the goats draw attention, and we did not want attention today.
We draw attention.
Shush.
Have you seen us?
They are not the screaming goats from Love and Thunder, no.
You don't see the stuff that Sill's been posting. We've got a capybara, a tortoise, a screaming goat.
Honestly, Sill's gift game tonight has been absolutely on form.
Oh. Yeah, so I load us into the carriage and take us home.
Swap map to home.
Like, as soon as we cross, I'm gonna say, like, our property line, I'm like, okay. You can say whatever you want now.
I'm gonna wait till we're inside. Before we do anything further, I want to make sure that home is exactly how we left it with who we left it.
I might have something, and I'll call for my daughter, whatever her name is, Kiva.
Whatever your daughter's name is.
My God.
Offspring number 2, which I totally call my younger child.
Okay, she used to have a token. What are her tokens?
She is. She's in my arcane study.
Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah.
It's okay. My mum calls me number 2 son, so.
Yep. And basically I'm gonna say, we're home. Have you finished fixing up my old friend from the from your time in the desert? And I'm specifically referring to the
giant construct.
Shield Guardian?
Yes, the Shield Guardian.
I mean, if you spent the money, then it's fixed.
I did, like, probably a month ago.
Yeah.
Okay. So that exists somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Very good. I'm going to put him out front just in case someone arrives, but we should be very okay.
I was actually less concerned about the mage turning up here and the assassin Warforged, like, sneaking in.
Oh God. Nothing imposing about that.
Shield Guardian, an undead caretaker that seems to have a loose connection to space and time.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Where did Lyra go? Where did Tor?
I stepped into the study.
Oh.
And the door is open, so if you're like in the hallway, like, Lyra, where'd you go? I'd holler like, I'm in here.
Yeah, we were all on the table.
Yeah. Oh, that's just because that's where our tokens were.
And Torque went to his library.
Um. Really, after all that, you're practicing that harp?
It relieves tension in my shoulders.
Okay.
We could just hire you a masseuse.
I don't want someone to touch me.
Okay. My thought then is that we find our accuser and reach out and touch him.
Preferably with the pointy end of the blade.
If that's how you want to deal with it. Though, all things considered, I believe that Virgil should have a very good claim to his head.
I don't have to decapitate him. I could just take an arm.
I certainly have an interest in seeing the end of what could have been my, in another time, master.
Ooh, Glimmer, you would know this. If I take someone's tongue, does it stop them from using the somatic component of spells?
Yes.
Fantastic, then I'll take his tongue.
If I may, there are two thoughts I am having right now.
Glimmer will come in really quick to the seat, and I will start to pull the rug and the table towards me, and I will put my crystal ball on. Yes, dear. What are you thinking?
Firstly, to continue our conversation from earlier, it is entirely within possibility, having learned of the Duke's affliction, that he decided to take up one of the jadeite items under his own influence and decision without the Duke's knowledge.
This is entirely possible.
So I told Glimmer this briefly, and I'm sorry, Glimmer, we were in such tight timeline to tell you. He's not fully undead.
Who?
So the Duke is 100% undead, but the
what?
other
No,
the
stop.
other guy is
No,
kind of undead.
I think you need to handle this one point at a time.
Okay, so
The Duke.
you know how I cast something before we went into the courtroom?
Yes.
So it helped me to detect good, evil and good things, like aberrations, undead, all that stuff.
Oh, so not actually evil and good. Okay.
Yeah. Well, they call it that. I don't know why the temple calls it that. Anyway, I have to try and stay on track here. So I was able to kind of get some vibes, from the random passerbys, like tieflings and whatever. No big deal. But the Duke is totally undead. Full on should have been a zombie undead. But the other guy, I can't remember his name now. Player can't.
Nalzim.
Agaster. Is kind of undead. He gives off some trace hints of undead, but just not fully undead. Not like the Duke, who is raging undead.
That Lyra.
Yeah. And the whole time she's plucking away at the harp.
Do any of us give off that kind of energy.
Not to my knowledge.
Maybe it's too soon. There hasn't been enough time for the prison to take effect on us. So it's entirely possible that they've had another jadeite item. I mean, the missing one.
Yes, I was thinking that, but I didn't see any jade on him anywhere.
But it's also, I noticed the first spell that was stopped by the magistrate was, I don't know what spell, but I know it was a very powerful necromantic spell. So it's entirely possible that is just possibly the nature of the kind of magical practitioner they are, that it's taken that kind of effect on them.
Maybe. I don't know that a necromancer would have undead vibes like that, though.
They would not.
I've not met any, so I don't know that for sure. But perhaps we could.
Damn, would Lyra know that?
I'm sorry, what was that again? I just got a PM that I had to respond to.
No, you're good. Would Lyra know that necromancers wouldn't give off that vibe?
Yeah, the spell that you're talking about identifies the nature of a thing.
Right.
And that's not like based on the spells that you're casting. Like a lich would use necromancy spells, but a lich would show up as undead, but a necromancer would not.
Right.
Kind of
Okay, got it.
I would explain that.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole time, again, I'm still like plinking and playing with the strings on this harp.
Like detect magic might have gotten closer to be based around the magic that was being cast. That's not the kind of echo that you were getting.
Mm-hmm.
Copy.
So then let's start looking.
For what?
And immediately the crystal ball on the coffee table like bursts into light, and glimmers muttering, and then occasionally you hear non-jibber jabber words of "no, not there," and she like covers part of the crystal ball, and it becomes dark, and like the shadow on the walls reflects it, until after the 10 minutes it's just this one beam of light that is like facing her face as she narrows down what I'm looking for. And so I'm going to cast Scrying on the image, I guess, my recollection of Nalzim, of the person. Of course, fruits. All right, did my entire speech just cut off there?
No, you're
Oh,
good.
I heard you.
I heard you.
Okay, all right, because my Zoom went super frozen for a second. Do you need me to link the spell?
All right, which spell was it again?
Scrying.
And you were scrying on Nelzim?
Yes, my understanding of the recollection of the person. I'm going to scry on the person.
Yep, just seconds.
I sent it to game log just in case. So I've met the target. I don't know him well. I don't have anything of them, a picture or likeness, but I know what they look like. Wow, it really like blacked out all the text. That's crappy.
That's why I'm bringing it up in the full thing here.
Yeah,
Anyway, 'cause
sorry.
it's complicated.
I
and there's
thought that
something
was
else
just
going
me.
on.
If there's something else going on, then I have concerns.
There's something else going on. I'm going to give you a 10% chance of this possibly working.
Yep.
Ooh.
And that's... So yeah, we're going to do it that way. I need a D100 roll. And if you can roll above 90.
Shit.
90 or higher, let's say, to be specific.
Yeah. Okay, no whammies, let's go. Oh, no.
The scrying literally fails when you try to activate it.
Mm-hmm.
There's something
That's what
blocking.
I thought. Yep, that's what I thought.
Just keep trying. No. How many more spell slots can we burn on this?
Technically 2.
I could use. This is actually quite thematically great for me using my my one-time find a thing.
For reference, this exact same behavior happened when I scryed on the Warforged Assassin. And Glimmer will mention that.
Okay.
They're hidden from scrolling. Virgil, I believe this is very similar to the item that you once held.
And Virgil's going to just say, if you want, I can find him, but I can only do this once.
What do you mean?
I can know exactly where he is at this moment in time, but I will only be able to do this once.
Is this a new magic that you have, or I don't understand?
This is a thing I learned when we played with the cards.
Oh.
But again, this is a one-time. And should we know where they are, they may not be there when we arrive, so we should only use this when we are ready to move.
So...
And I do not understand the full limitations of it. Magic is not my forte. But to my knowledge, they would not be aware that I know of their location.
Virgil, if we do want to pursue this, and Lyra, stop me if you feel I'm off base, the Duke did tell us to look towards Gala Spire. Perhaps, if we were to do that, we might be in a better position to do it there.
Agreed. That's why I was saying this is a one-time use. If I may, I still had a second thought.
Please.
This incident has answered a question I have wondered since the day I was first active. Where I come from. Why was I made? Why I notice differences between myself and others of my kind. I now have the answers to who my creators were. Should time ever be afforded to us, I would like to go to Sharn and investigate further. This is not a pressing matter, but it is something I feel compelled to mention.
You wish to look into House Cannith? Everyone knows they created the Warforged.
Yes.
Or until we went to Zendrick, but I feel like that's something that shouldn't be mentioned outside these walls.
Yes, but how to explain? There are differences in my creation, things that I have never seen in other Warforged.
You said you had an answer to what you were created for. Are you, with your skill set, so different from other Warforged that were created for the last war?
So, I'm going to write this out of character. I'm just going to explain this quickly out of character. When I wrote my backstory, I described Virgil as a prototype that was deemed too expensive for mass production.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, since becoming Awakening, he's realized, hang on, this looks different. That's different material. That doesn't look right.
Yeah, so like it totally is canon that they created more than just like Big Brute Warforged. That's a
Yeah.
real thing, but they didn't, to my knowledge, go into like subtypes of Warforged.
Hmm.
I think that was kind of like in your Eberron, there are these kinds of Warforged.
Hmm.
And there's a wide range of Warforged that were made, and like even if there's a specific, like I've been operating with like, you can have a specific design model, but it's more that there's like a specific branch that has a certain kind of genealogy to it, which means that they're all essentially like brothers and cousins to each other in that line. So they're all slightly different from each other.
So is this like the clones in the Clone Wars? They call each other brother, even though they're the similar DNA, but they all have similar but different skills.
Like that, but they're more individual than even the clones were.
It's
Plus,
just
there's, like
it's just
the Bad Batch, if anything.
Yeah,
it's just
okay.
learning
Okay, yeah,
more. Yeah, it's just more trying to learn more about himself and anything he doesn't know about himself in his design that is unique to him that he may
I
not
will
know.
say
of.
most of Warforged are pretty like workmanship designed. Like they're designed either for warfare or hard labor.
Hmm.
Your design is fancier,
Yeah.
and so were the designs of all the other ones that you found that were like you.
So one of Virgil's things is he would like to go back and basically he'd like to find his instruction manual, just in case there are things he still doesn't know he can do. Because he didn't know he could pop all his parts open until it got brought up. He's still fascinated and mortified at the thought of this.
Perhaps while we pursue one lead, I can send a lead off to my other daughter, Insharn, who is a researcher, to start that.
That would be greatly appreciated. So
I can pass the message along. She is not part of that house, but she is smart enough to know where to ask questions.
Thank you. I assume you would need an evening's rest before we leave for Galeth's Spire.
I cannot teleport there. I don't know if there's a circle there for me to go.
You have expended magic today.
A little, but
With what we seem to be dealing with, I believe we would want ourselves at maximum capability.
For what it is worth, I can regain some of my magic with just a quick break. What I just did here was not taxing. And I know from our trip recovering Kiva, it will take us a couple days by lightning rail to get to Galeth's Spire. There will be plenty of time to recover, and it's midday. We don't even know if we would be able to get to a lightning rail today.
From the next room, you hear, "You guys really want to track him down?"
I stopped playing the harp.
What did you have in mind?
Not
tracking him down?
I don't know a lot about magic, but he was strong enough that he was willing to try to cast in a room with multiple guards and 3 high members of council. You don't do that as a low-level caster.
Either that or it was done out of desperation, knowing that he could escape. As it is, Is that something that I believe that I could pull off? Absolutely. I know that I could do that. Even to all of you.
I have seen you do things in battle that are quite disturbing.
I don't know the capabilities of Nalzim because Theniel blocked the necromancy that he was about to unleash upon us. But I do know someone who goes deep enough down the rabbit hole into schools of magic. They can be quite frightening. But my concern at this point was that the accusations against us, going against us, was a kindness, a formality. We still are under threat of that Warforged assassin, and now, per his own words, this isn't over. He'll come for us if we don't go looking. We just don't know when. And I'm not sure if you're aware, but I would much rather be in control of the situation, the things in front of us, than surprised.
That's
While this
fine.
conversation's happening, Enders, can I just have a look at the world map, please?
Sure.
Thank you, because I think we're confusing our towns.
Torque, I suppose I don't understand why we're drawing the line. We face down. Nope, sorry. Player is the dumb. We're the notes. Cards. We face down Prince Adaxis, who created your kind. I have to feel that that is a much greater threat than what we just saw.
He would have been a much greater threat a couple dozen millennia ago. That was remnants of him at best.
I see.
You do not wish to come, Torque. I cannot make you. I can only ask.
Oh, if
I
you
intend.
if you guys go, I'm going with you. I just question if we're walking into a death trap.
I believe many scenarios we have walked into before were death traps, and yet here we still stand.
The question remains is...
Oh, wait.
Would it be more...
Necromancy, death trap. You were making a joke. Ha, 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 ha.
I was not.
Very good. Oh. Never mind.
The question remains is our pacing. There are two scenarios that I foresee. the longer that we wait, the more time that they have to prepare for our arrival. On the contrary, the longer that we wait, the more that they might assume that we are not coming. And I don't know which is safer for us.
He has made it clear he will be coming for us. The question is, do we want the battle to be dictated on his terms or ours? There is also the worry that he may choose to strike at a time we are already preoccupied.
If you all think this is, a foe we can overcome, then let's do it. I just
Then perhaps
question his capabilities, that's all.
Then perhaps we take an afternoon to gather information about who we're dealing with before we go. I don't know what might turn up, but some information is better than none, and what the Duke has given us is slight.
I regret that we did not speak with the arbitrator. She would have known what the spell was specifically when she countered it, surely. She may have a better grasp of his magic capabilities.
I'm aware of the spell that she used, and sorry. Well, I'm thankful that it succeeded, but there is some willpower surrounding that spell. It is largely always going to work against people of lesser magics, but variable as the practitioner is more powerful. So Malzim could have been a horrible lich, and it could have worked or not worked. That's not an indication of his power level or hers. I just know that Torque does have a point. Someone who is willing to flaunt and actively try to cast necromancy against us in the middle of our tribunal must have been formidable indeed. If we were to look into Nalzim, I'm not sure how we would begin.
I believe the Duke is a exhausted source of information.
Yes. Because I don't think I never learned legend lore, so I don't have anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
The Duke did say he has not seen him for some time. I forget what he said. Didn't he say it was nearly 100 years? Okay, out of character, am I making that up? I'm pretty sure I heard something like that.
Yep, you did.
Yep. Okay. Um. Yet he appears as if he's a mere young man. I would have expected some sort of. I am able to see through illusions, and he did not appear as an old man.
There was no illusions that you could tell.
Was he human?
Mm-hmm.
Looked human.
Yeah, he looked human. I heard that.
And so all that I can think is this just deepens my concern that he has one of the Jadites. And a necromancer who has that.
His appearance
the
also
thing-
raised another question.
With the thing that is right underneath his feet. In the Jade Prison.
Hmm.
Or perhaps further into the mountain, I should say.
It is curious that in the trial, the skull of Fenton did not recognize him, yet had done deals with him.
It's possible they used illusion during their dealings, or perhaps the person claiming that they are Nalzim is not the Nalzim who had the contract.
It's possible the creature that took over for the head of the Valerian company could have taken over for Nalzim too.
When you said earlier, Lyra, you detected necromancy from him and the Duke. What?
No.
What do you mean? No.
I didn't detect necromancy.
Oh, sorry, undead.
Yes.
What
Oh.
means had you done to detect that?
What do you mean?
Was this a ability you have to notice the undead?
Yes.
Does it notice anything else?
Sure. Celestial, elemental, fae, fiend, aberration.
Demons?
Our Valerian replacement was a demon. I don't believe that there are undead demons.
Could
Why
you have
not?
noticed if they were a demon?
Well, they'd be either an aberration or a fiend.
I mean, there was no trace of either aberration or fiend when you were in the courtroom.
A demon's not their own topic. I thought they were. I thought fiends
No,
and different things.
Devils and demons are both, and Yugoloths are all fiends.
Oh, okay. I do not think this is the same as what happened before.
It could be. It could be the same but different. It could be the same type of scenario but just a different
Entity.
Yeah.
I suppose the last. I don't know where I'd begin to find information about this man, but why now?
So, remember how I used to hear voices?
Of course, it's hard to forget that.
So, that voice was demanding that I free it. And it's possible if either they have the other Jadeite or they're possibly partially possessed by the undead that's living under the mountain.
Or just serving it in hopes for greater power.
Yeah.
I gesture like to catty corner to my arcane study, like within your sitting room.
Right.
We've all seen what happens when we listen to the things in the dark and they find ways to channel what is given to them or what they take. Perhaps they've been promised something more.
Perhaps.
We can only fathom what is contained in the mountain. And only you can even speculate as to what that thing could give you as a reward for its freedom.
We do have one other tie between Nalzim and the prison that we have not discussed.
The Warforged.
Indeed. It need to wait for us there to find us.
And that brings up another worry. How certain are we that we know of 98 destroyed Warforged? All we know is all we know is that we found some parts. We know Virgil's 1. We know the assassin is 2. Who's to say he doesn't have 50 more waiting for us?
We can guess at the second one is the same. I think it's a fair guess. But the answer to that lies with
I intend to attend their burial.
That
we should know how many there are then.
That answer lies with Captain Blackhouse, as he supervises Eldeth and the stevedores reclaiming all of those crates.
I need to interrupt here for a moment. Glimmer just noticed a small glowing orb appear in the room with all of you.
We are being scried.
Nobody else can see it.
Yep.
No.
I go back to playing the harp.
Well, no, you wouldn't see it, but
No, but I imagine Glimmer would have stopped talking for a moment, so I would have just gone right back to playing the harp.
And then for dessert, I have some wonderful berries from my garden that I've pulled. Virgil, could you go see the boy at my greenhouse about them, please?
Virgil looks at you, like tilts his head confused, and just...
They'll be quite ripe.
That sounds fantastic.
I will go. Excuse me. And I'm going to wander out of the room.
Lyra, dear, you're getting so good. Don't get frustrated when you get caught up.
Once Virgil's about 10 feet past the orb, it follows him out of the room.
I'm total, like, furrow brown looking at Glimmer, like, WTF?
And I'm just, like, watching the orb. And after a solid 20 seconds of silence, I put my hand on her shoulder and say, Someone was watching, Virgil. And now they're going to my greenhouse.
Can we blow them up?
I believe we might need to make a trip to Gala Spire to do so.
I'm in.
Don't feel like sending a message to me going, by the way, you're being watched.
I'm not there yet.
Okay.
It was in my mind.
So I can absolutely just psychic link to you and say that.
Yeah. That's actually what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say, please inform Virgil. Torque, it's no longer on our terms. They can see us in our home.
You've been notified, Virgil.
Fucking magic.
Virgil, once again, never been really a big fan of people doing voices in his head, but given the circumstances, he very much appreciates the heads up. As I go to the greenhouse, weapons are still like holstered and such, and the arm blade is sheathed, but I'm like trying to be alert in case anything's about to jump out at me, like say another Warforged. And just have my arm blade ready to pop at a moment's notice. While gathering plums.
Yeah, I have like a town kid who Glimmer used to feed at her old garden, who now works at my greenhouse.
Does Glimmer say how Virgil's being watched?
Much like the spell that I was attempting to use, that seems to be what they are using on us. So, for our world, they are formidable.
It's back in, still in the party inventory. I might have to swap out my spiders of slipper climbing for it. And pop that back on.
Good thing we hadn't sold it yet.
Yeah, no, we did say that was one of the things we didn't want to sell because it could be situationally useful.
There's a part of Lyra that's wondering, is it Virgil specifically that they're able to scry on, or is it the token that he's carrying from the Valerian company that was in his mind that they're scrying on?
I mean, I will say if it's Nelzim, which is a fair assumption, I would think, he saw all of you in the courtroom. He saw all of you outside of the prison.
Yeah.
So he might not have anything of yours, but he definitely knows who you are and can scry any of you.
Oh, okay.
Well,
But he just specifically picks his property because he probably thinks that's the easiest one he's going to get. I'm guessing you can't stealth from a scrying orb.
Nope.
Several minutes later, I return with plums. Is the orb still above my head?
It was a couple minutes later, you said?
Yeah, several.
Yeah, it's still there. It lasts 10 minutes.
Okay.
Oh, good. Bring them to the kitchen. Please wash them. We do our best to keep the bugs away, but gardening is dirty. And dry them. And I'll get to them in a bit. But I have not explained to Arthur what we need to do with them yet.
I appreciate you teaching me the art of culinary expertise. And I would go off to the kitchen.
You are quite deft with the blade. You will be quite consistent in your cooking if you give it a shot.
Just imagining chopping them up with the freaking poke knife. Like just lightsabering through them.
It's like a typewriter. So I guess Glimmer would eventually like maybe take a book or something from her arcane study and sit in the dining room until I notice it go away.
It'll keep following Virgil for 10 minutes or so, and then it eventually vanishes.
Yep. We're safe for now.
I come out of the sitting room. Couldn't you have just, like, I don't know, dispelled it or something?
But then they would know that I can tell that they're doing that.
Ah.
Is it safe to talk?
Yes.
Good.
Right now, they believe that they have an advantage on us.
I have never been one for strong emotion. However, I now have an urge to mount his skull on my wall.
Only in your bedroom, please. I don't want to see it on a regular basis.
Training room. Mine.
Sure. I personally like the idea of cutting out his tongue and cutting off his hands. And then see if he can cast anything.
Okay.
Sorry, DM's just having a moment there.
No, there's stuff that's going to happen. It's going to be fun.
Okay.
It's going to be fun for me.
I'm guessing it's going to be painful for us.
That's what combat's all about.
So, should we plan to leave for Spire in the morning?
I think that's a great start.
Would
I'm not bringing the carriage. It was too expensive, but we can bring the cart if you'd like.
I appreciate that you were going to ask your daughter to look into something for me. Perhaps that could be put on hold if you believe she could gather information about him in Sharn.
I don't know what information she would have about him and Sharn. The House Cannith is one of the great houses. It's easy to gather information about, or perhaps an easier lead to look into something that a known person created, opposed to looking up information about one person in all of the world.
Person of quite significance, though.
Are they?
Aren't they? Sorry, this is out of character.
We just, as of right now, I believe we just know that the Duke knows them, and that a long time ago they procured Warforged parts. I believe that's the information we have.
I thought we were giving something else as well, like this guy was like a major player in somewhere in the Duke's first conversation.
You got the implication that he must have had wealth to be able to afford the Warforged, and that he's clearly got powerful magic, and that he worked with the Duke at one time, but that's about it.
Okay. It was the wealth thing that I was thinking of. I thought he was like somebody of extravagant wealth.
I mean, maybe you haven't really looked anything up though about him. He clearly had the money to buy the Warforged at one point.
Which is 50,000 gold, which is an immense amount of money. I mean,
yeah,
even using a gold a day is considered, I believe, like wealthy.
Like we have that much, and you think how renowned we are. Pretty sure this guy's name's got about, especially if he's been around for centuries. You don't live for that long and not leave a footprint or two.
All right. Then sure, I will go ahead and do ascending spell to daughter number 1 in Sharn.
Mhm.
Hold on. Me, the player, is brain missing. Shadow under the
See, I
mountain.
don't know what your daughter does, but from the sound of things you described, she sounds like a researcher/investigator.
She's a wizard.
Oh, okay. Same thing.
Yeah. Okay, so message. Ava, it's your mother. Sorry to interrupt. Was hoping you could investigate a person named Nalzim Agaster, powerful necromancer, accused us of horrible things. Advise.
You get back. You realize I have a day job, right, Mother? I have better things to be spending my time on. But fine, I'll look into it.
All right. I'll send one more. Yes, I do. Thank you. Thank you. Would not bother you if it weren't important. Our resources are limited. Sharn is expansive. Attacked us in a courtroom.
You just get back. Give me a couple of days.
Okay.
It's 4 days ride to Galeth Spire, so we'll hear something back from our own route.
Yep.
It's 5 days to kill a spire.
5? Oh,
Even better.
It's 2 to Ringbriar, and then it's about 3 more to Gilspire.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at the distances, it's about like a 2 to 3 comparison between those 2 lengths of road.
Yeah, because we're at the pin and Gala Spires all the way over here.
Yeah, I did do the math at one point. I just memorized that to Ringbriar, it's 2 days pretty much exactly. Then I measure everything else by that.
So, unless I notice another orb floating, I would teach Virgil and Arthur how to make like a plum pie.
Okay.
For the evening. And just explaining it really horribly to Virgil, like as I'm like okay, Zoom, catch up. As I'm using a little knife to like carve up the plum in certain ways, I'm like, and this is how you would remove this part of a person, and oh, deft with that already. Okay. And then I would spend the last part of the evening prepping a spell into my Shield Guardian, because I'm going to take that fucker with me. D&D Beyond's search functionality is the most dog shit thing ever.
I think it's gotten slightly better recently, but not.
Oh
lot.
no! Like I fat fingered and and I spelled it Shield Guardium.
Oh
with
yeah,
an
if you get it
M,
spelled wrong, it's terrible.
and it gave you nothing. Like,
Endus, I forgot to mention earlier, just saying after the court trial and leaving the courthouse, I would at some point before we'd left town get a message to state that whenever they are in planning to bury the Warforged once they're all recovered, I would like to be in attendance at the services, essentially the next of kin.
You'll get told that that'll be happening in probably about a week's time.
Okay. Hopefully
So
we can wrap up our business very quickly.
Even just at least on the travel time, you think it's going to be 5 days there, 5 days back. Even if you only spend a day in Galespire, you'll probably miss it.
Okay, so we kill him quick, teleport back. Got it.
possible, yeah.
Hey, it's the only family I've got. Not the only family I have, but you know what I mean.
You'd express an interest in how many they recovered, though. So he'll also tell you that they recovered 88 total bodies.
So that leaves 10 unaccounted for.
Yes.
Why did I think the captain was a she? Okay.
Black House?
Don't know why I thought that.
Black House was not. You may be combining them with the head of the Silver Flame.
Or the Apothecarium chick.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Just trying to think of like similarly armored type people.
So are we going to rest for the evening?
Yes.
Okay.
The rest of the evening, then everyone can take a long rest if it matters.
1 work week? God.
It doesn't matter because he's quickly gone straight through a long rest without saying. Meanwhile, Virgil will Batman off the side of a wall for his long rest. Like outside, and just be watching. Actually, I'm actually not gonna Batman, I'm gonna full bat. I'm gonna hang upside down from like a jut point out of the roof.
I feel like there was a movie where they did that, where it was like not necessarily a robot, but they just hung upside down by their toes from like a gutter or something, or a banister.
But I'm making use of these slippers, and I'm just gonna hang upside down, like watching the path, like on where the top floor comes out over the building, or just on the underside.
Damn, 1 work week. That's unfortunate.
Yes, my climb is of spiders. Thank you.
Your spiders of slipper climbing?
No. My climb is of spider slipping now. No, next it'll be my spiders of climber slipping. Screw you all. It's past 3 o'clock in the morning. Okay, I'm amazed I'm even awake today. It's been a long day, and there was alcohol involved.
Right. 4th level.
And then we'll skip forward to the next morning, but we're also going to take a quick 5-minute break.
Yep, that works.
Fantastic. I need to get up and move around.
All right, see you guys in 5. Hey, and this is the previous spell used in the Shield Guardian still there, or is it effectively just waiting for me to do one?
It would be waiting for you to do one. When it was destroyed, they would have lost anything that it had
Okay,
collected.
just making sure.
Actually, technically, it had a level 3 lightning bolt in it, which it used on
Yep.
you guys in the fight.
Yep. Yep. Damn it, cat. Hmm. Hmm. I hear you. What do I even count this as? I guess a pet? Oh. Yep. Customize. And the spell within the Shield Guardian uses my spell DC and stuff, right?
I'm pretty sure. Let's double check.
I cast a spell into it, basically, where it's stored. Any parameters set by it in my spellcasting
I would say that
ability,
the parameters set by the original caster is also like using your spellcaster ability and all
DC
that.
and stuff. Okay.
Okay, so I guess we're waking up the next morning, and you guys are probably heading up towards Galespire. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
And given the questions you're asking, is Glimmer bringing the Shield Guardian?
Yep.
I will say it is a large creature, so it takes up a lot of space in the wagon. If you make it go in the wagon.
Okay.
Does this mean I need to bring 2?
I mean, I'll ride my horse. It's fine. I know you have yours.
I also have 2 stabled horses and 4 goats.
Yeah.
I have no shortage of riding creatures.
I don't think there's like no limitation. I can just tell it to like go to Galespire and it will do that. But I'm gonna keep it by me, I guess.
The problem with sending it to Galespire just on command is it will go to Galespire, and then to give it any other kind of command, you have to find it at Galespire.
Yep, I get it.
It's like as far as I can tell, the amulet it means it will obey your commands, but
Mm-hmm.
doesn't give you any kind of long range telepathic contact or anything.
Right.
And because I don't have any randomized stuff prepared, and because road travel is usually fairly safe, we're going to do 5 days of travel to Galespire.
Yay.
Unless you guys wanted to go across Skyraker Forest overland,
No, that's
which
fine.
will probably not be any faster, and I can throw something together.
Yeah.
Nope, we're good. Northern, if you're talking, you're muted.
Thank you. Do we get a message en route from door to number 1?
You would, somewhere around Ringbriar or shortly past. What she was able to dig up on... Yeah, it's going to have to fit in 25 words. I'm going to write this out to make sure I hit that. That's what you get.
Dude.
I'll reply back since it was sending. Galespire aligns with some knowledge we've received from a close source. We had hunches about questionable age, coupled with strong necromancy magic. It's him. Thanks.
That was in response to her sending?
Yes.
Okay. I'm deciding that she does not have the magical potential to cast a second sending.
Yep, totally fine.
Because then a few days later, you guys pull into Galespire, which you've been through before and still seems like a fairly nice little town.
I thought once upon a time you might have told me that there is a teleportation circle here.
There would be teleportation circles in most major towns.
Mm-hmm.
It's just they're not public access.
I see.
Trying to remember which of the houses it is that manages it.
The teleportation is that
The Naif?
no, that's Defenders. It's
Nope.
either Orion. They're the no. It'd be the. It's either the Orions or the ship people. It's not the ship people. It must be the Orion.
It's Orion, I'm pretty sure, yeah.
They're the railroad people.
Yeah, House Orion do offer teleportation, but they have their own circle system set up.
So
So
they don't let people learn.
Not for free.
I see.
They will charge you for the privilege of learning it. Like you can use the circles for free because it'll
I
get
see.
fit around there, but learning the circle is another thing.
Okay. Good knowledge for me to have. I'm not gonna worry about it right now. To answer your question, yes, Virgil, I will be able to learn this here, but I think we have other pressing matters before I do so.
You literally started a conversation with Virgil with no context as to what you're referring to.
You had talked about teleporting here, and you're right. We talked about this maybe 8 days ago at this point. Upon our resolution of our problem, I will be able to learn how to get us here going forward.
Excellent. That will make it useful for whenever we need to use the rail.
Agreed. Now that we're here, perhaps I don't necessarily know if we want to use your luck of the cards to locate someone so eagerly, or if we could perhaps pry locally about this person.
The more we ask, the more we draw attention to us being here and potentially alert our target.
Well thought. I had not considered that.
Also, I totally forgot that I was going to suggest we play cards in the 5-day trip on the coach, but never mind.
Play cards? The last time that I played cards by myself, it was the deck of many things.
That's exactly what I'm referring to. We just draw from the deck while we're bored. But I kind of don't want to draw from it when people aren't here.
It disappeared. It's gone.
Oh, has it?
Yeah,
Oh,
after...
yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, after we all did our thing, it disappeared.
It popped into the air, fanned out, and offered people to draw cards, and then when everybody had drawn, it vanished.
Gutting.
Mm-hmm. So it's been a while.
I've had it. Okay.
I think that was just because you like pre-drew.
Yeah.
And weren't there for the session where we drew.
Hmm.
Then perhaps we can just check into the inn and get a little bit more privacy, and I can try my trick one more time before we use your trick.
Agreed.
And I don't want to look at... Oh, hold on. Learn. Sorry. We are in Gaelus Fire, so there are two. We go to find an inn. There are two. Slimy one that caters to fishermen and a high class one. I don't know which one is which. I don't know if I wrote those down, but I'm gonna go to the high class one.
I do not remember what names I would have given these things.
You didn't. If I didn't write them down, then you didn't. And we
So
never
the high class
asked.
one is called the Silver Lamb.
Silver Lamb. I don't have down what you would have charged, but we will clearly pay whatever.
Is it on here? It is. Services. This is wealthy, so it's 2 gold a night
Per person.
per person.
And then upon getting to my room, I will try scrying one more time, but this time I will do it maybe on the teleportation ring that I saw him flash.
Okay, I'm going to give you the same 10% chance first.
Okay, it's fine.
This will all make sense in time.
I believe you. So let me use the spell first. There's one. I don't know why it's putting anything in chat right now. But here's my 1d100. 35, that's an open.
It's unfortunate. Yeah, that fails.
Yep, it's fine. Well, Virgil, I cannot find them.
When we are ready to go, I will look.
Okay.
I do not want to give them time to move.
I don't know what time we arrived here, but I'm assuming maybe we have...
It would have been afternoon.
Okay.
So I don't know, like, do you guys want to spend the night in the inn first?
I don't have a strong preference, I guess. Like, going out in the afternoon, evening doesn't sound like a terrible thing, but I'm open to other suggestions if people have them.
Happy to hunt at night.
Like, I think Lyra can see in the dark now, so it shouldn't be a big problem.
The thing is, I'm not sure this is a fight we really want to do with only 4 people. I don't know if it's balanced for that. Or not.
I don't know if we will get there or not.
Sure.
It
Looking
could
at
be
the clock, I would bet we're gonna go okay, and we'll start initiative at our next session if we
Yeah.
get to that point.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's gonna be time before we get there, I think,
Okay.
so I think we're safe.
Cool. Well, whenever we're ready to depart, just let me know.
Alright, we're letting you know.
Okay, in that case, I would like to activate the map card and locate Nalzima Gasta.
This is going to be fun. You get multiple fuzzy locations, but a lot of them seem deprecated in some way, as if they're older traces of some kind. And the only one that seems strongest leads you outside of town and towards a hill that lies outside of town.
Okay.
But you don't get a specific feeling of exactly where they are for some reason.
Can
Okay.
you
But the direction is strong.
Okay, so
give me
real like me is now absolutely adamant that I know why he looks the way he looks. And that's really like helping me confirm it. But I'm going to relay to the others that there's a hill outside of town and that he may be located there.
Can you give... Sorry, I'm having a little bit of a struggle visualizing what it looked like when the map card happened. Is it like a bunch of different pinpoints, but they're all super faded except for one stronger one?
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Interesting. Okay.
Does everybody else see it, or is it just a visual thing that I see?
Just inside Virgil's head.
Okay. I'm going to have our map in front of me, and just like with a pencil or something, just be marking as I see these things. But the one on the hill is very, very, like, repeatedly I mark over it several times. So I'm sketching as I see what I see in my mind on our map. And I point to it again. There. We go there.
What,
And I get up and get ready to leave.
what are all these lines? I don't understand.
They were other traces of him, though I do not believe they are active anymore.
I don't follow, but if you're sure this one is right,
It may be. I am uncertain. But it is as if this is not the first body he has had.
Like the highest density of those old marks that you would sense would be all up around Greywall area.
Yeah.
huh?
When you said, how did you describe? Did you say they depreciated or they deprecated or?
Yeah, like they look like they were. That there was something that it was leading up that direction, but it's not the current. Like it's hard. Like, it doesn't even really make sense in. Like it seems like the magic is fighting itself to try and rationalize what this is reading, and it's
Okay.
not able to come up to a proper decision on how to represent
Okay.
it.
My out-Garrett character guess is, and this is what I've been thinking for the whole time, is that he uses the clone spell. And those are all dead previous versions of him. Is my guess. Because I specifically asked for his body, the map spell just showed me every freaking body he's ever had.
Or maybe it's a really interesting, like, soul swapping thing because he didn't recognize Nalzim.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you got a fresh clone, he's going to look a lot younger. Yeah.
Well, clone looks like, I think, when you cast it.
I don't believe it does.
I mean, I've not looked at the spell in a super long time, so.
I haven't looked at it since core, but I do believe you could pick the age.
Yeah, that would be super high level then.
Same age as the creature or younger.
Got it.
So he could have met him, the Duke, as an old dude, and his clone can be 20.
Yep.
Anyway, I digress. I point to where it's on the map and then get ready to leave.
Okay.
The hill's really easy to find. There's a road leading right to it. And as you get closer, it becomes really obvious why there's a road leading to it, because it's leading to a cemetery.
Fitting.
It's a fairly nice location that leads up onto the hill, so that you can see all the gravestones spread out before you. Dotted through there's large mausoleums too, just larger buildings that are clearly built for wealthier people to keep their remains stored within. But the specific direction that it's leading you towards is up near the top of the hill, where it's almost more of a rocky peak to it. And there's a few of those mausoleums that are set up against that rocky peak area. And it's leading you to one of them specifically.
Okay. I'm going to point out which one, and then move stealthily towards it.
And you can quickly tell which one it is because it's marked out on either side with two really large dead trees. It doesn't look like anything particularly happened to them, but there's a bunch of other trees around. Those two just happen to be dead for whatever reason.
Of course.
And start loading up tokens. And it's a relatively simple stone mausoleum. There's a couple of statues of just look like regular armored figures outside of it. There's a steel door, and over top of the door, there's a name carved into the stone, Igaster. There's a little stream coming out of the rock surface too. It seems to have a spring right in the wall over here.
Don't suppose anyone's running detect magic.
No, but yeah, I'll pop my wand and.
I was going to say, we're literally going into a wizard's tomb at this point. Anything could be magical.
You don't detect any magic other than what's on you and your friends.
Okay, that's good for now. I am going to go up to the deep stone doorways, quickly scan them for traps, and then try to open them.
They are locked.
Okay.
I did them wrong, so they're not shown as locked.
For the first time ever, I will break out the thieves' tools and pick a lock.
For some reason, I forgot to lock that door. No, I fixed it. Yep. You can give me a. Are you proficient with both thieves' tools and sleight of hand?
Yes, and I also have expertise in sleight of hand.
Well, you can roll with advantage if you have both proficiencies. So it's a sleight of hand check.
Okay, so it's a
With
plus
advantage.
13 on advantage. I can't roll below a 23.
And the DC is 18, so.
Yeah, I can't roll below a 23 because of reliable talent. Pretty sure at this point I could probably open any door in the world.
The lock seems a little bit sticky, but it pops open with a snap of rust after a couple minutes of fiddling with it. A couple of seconds, actually. Not minutes. And of course, is it playing stupid games with visibility again?
I can see into part of it, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a mausoleum. There's a couple of shrouded figures and statues in the back, a rocky-looking plinth that a coffin is resting upon.
What do
There
the
appears to
shrouded
be.
figures look like?
They look like generic mourning type figures.
Okay, so it's not warforged in a cloak.
No, they look like they're made of stone.
Oh, okay, cool. That's all right.
Like there's a single flower that's been laid on top of the coffin that you can see, but it looks like it's completely aged out of everything. Like it looks just gray and dead. Like it's been there for years, decades.
I'm just gonna go up to the side of the coffin and just like case around it and just look to see if is this a typical wooden coffin, or is this like a stone one with like a slide off top?
It's a sarcophagus, so it's made of stone with a slide off thing.
I'm gonna check it for traps before we try to open it.
Okay, that's an investigation check.
That's a 20 because I can't roll below a 10.
Well, that's good because the DC was 20. There is a trap on it. There's
will...
a tripwire that leads to some kind of. It looks like it might be a poison burst type thing.
I will disarm it.
Sleight of hand, same thing. DC 20.
Again, can't roll below a 23. 29.
And you pretty effortlessly cut it.
Yeah, okay. There was a trap and I have removed it. That's the first trap I've found all campaign, guys. Finally found a freaking trap. I take it the lid looks heavy?
It's made of stone, so yeah.
Okay. I'm going to
Also,
come
that
up.
trap looks like it's been here for a very long time. Like the line that it was attached to was made out of twine, and it's partially decayed.
I'm going to crouch alongside it, and just like as I'm crouching down, just going to pop the arm blade out low, so you just see it skimming the ground and humming. Torque, could you please remove the lid?
I suppose. And I'll try to shove the lid.
Give me either a strength or athletics check, whichever you want to do.
And I'm
Athletics probably adds
readying to, as soon as that lid is open, I am readying to literally reach in and stab whatever's there.
18.
DC was 18. You guys are nailing every single one of the DCs exactly on. It slides off and crashes down like onto this plinth and then onto the floor after that.
As the thing opens, I'm literally going in to go. If there's
You're gonna try and stab
there.
a staircase?
Oh, okay. I stop. I'm like curious. Let us hope they are not alerted.
These work the way I want.
Well, it seems you found the trap, so hopefully not.
And I'm gonna make my way down the stairs.
It goes down into the coffin and then out through underneath. It's just this is the way I
Okay.
set it up to work. It's a large room, circular. There's another door on the north that's barely showing because of your distance.
Just make it out.
There's two statues that are skeletal figures in robes on the far side of a large, murky-looking pool of water. There's no edge to the water. There's a clear demarcation in the stone that's marking it out, but it's not like a puddle. It's clearly a designed cistern, but there's no lip to it. It's just floor, and then the water's right up to the level of the floor.
Take it there's nothing in the water if I peer in.
It's murky. You can't see through it.
I still have my detect magic going on for 30.
Like you might see, like 5 feet down.
Mm-hmm.
Detect magic has a range of 30 feet, right?
Yep.
There's nothing within that you
Yep.
hear that you can see that's within 30 feet that's magical, other than
Okay.
your friends.
Yep, that's fine.
Even if you go right up to the water edge.
I have not done that.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
And I don't plan to if I don't have to.
Oh. I take it the map card was like a one-time ping and it's not a continuous ping?
As you've walked in here, and any of you that has magical capacity would feel the same thing. It feels like everything just suddenly muffled in around you on a certain level. So that it feels like there is a constraining feeling in terms of the arcane energies in this area. So like you feel like you don't think you could teleport in any way in or out of this place. And it's probably also what's been resulting in the blocking of scrying and things like that.
Hmm.
But the map card, like I was saying, it's not It's not a continuous turn left, turn right thing.
What? Oh, that it's fuzzy in here.
Okay, yeah.
Like,
I mean,
it led you down through the stairs, and once you got in past the stairs, there's a fuzzy awareness, but that's it. It can't resolve any more fully than that.
I believe from here we are just going to have to be thorough and try each door in turn. How does it go? And Virgil's lids close for a second as he's concentrating and his hands come up and he's trying to remember something he's heard one time and he goes, Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Roll initiative. That wasn't a joke.
I know. I just find it's like while he's
Okay.
trying to pick which door. Roll initiative.
Hey.
Okay, well, we'll start with Virgil.
I see nothing.
Nothing has. You're still like finishing up Mo. What
Yeah.
do you want to do?
Trying to figure out which door I'm going to open. So it's Mo. So I'm heading towards the left door. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. And I guess for my action, which is really annoying because this means I don't get my assassinate round, I will try that door.
That is locked.
Can I use an action to pick it?
You can have your free object add your action to try it, and then an action to pick it. Sure.
Yeah.
Or your
What was
bonus action, whatever it is. With rogues can do strange things. with fast hands.
No, rogues can't do lock picks.
I
with
think
a
of
bow.
thieves probably.
Yeah, the thief subclass can.
Sure. Give me another. Like it's going to be with advantage again. So that's a sleight of hand check. My brain is fried for some reason.
No worries. 28.
Yeah, it's popped open.
Okay.
Actually, I'm going to close that. The lock is popped, but it's not.
The door's not open. Yeah, because I
Door's
used the
not
action to open the door, so I can't. Sorry, I used the action to unlock the door, so I'm not going to open the door.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't have any sense of anything happening in the room, so I'm going to declare that my turn.
Okay, next up is Glimmer.
Yeah, I don't have any indication that anything is wrong, so I will move towards Virgil. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I have no reason to prepare other spells or do anything really. Just trying to even remotely justify any action. Nope, I don't have it, so that'll be my turn.
And Lyra is also up.
I sent you a message.
Oh, I just didn't see it. Oh god, what does your sword pick up on? No, that wouldn't be reacting to anything at this point.
Why do I get those feeling those statues are alive?
Would I attack you with living statues?
Yes, you
Yes.
would. Considering we basically just walked into a crypt, I am going to cast Detect Evil and Good on myself.
Okay.
And it will last for 10 minutes. That's ruler. And then I will move. That's my turn.
Yeah, you're not sensing anything yet. Well, next up, the door to the north pops open, and a figure none of you have seen before steps into the room. Or it's similar. It looks like a Warforged, a lot like Virgil. And it shouts out, "You stupid bastards made this so easy." And is what? Hey, we.
How come I can't cast that? Jesus Christ.
I want something with that kind of range.
What the hell, man? What is that, an 80-foot radius?
Like 100?
Only 60-foot radius.
Oh.
I'm pretty
Jeez.
sure that's Circle of Death.
It's a con save for everybody.
Yeah. And thank God I'm within 10 feet of Lyra.
Yeah, say...
It's a +2 still, yeah.
DM, is this in regards to being charmed or frightened?
No, it is not.
Okay.
How about
gonna burn
poison?
In
a
regard to
luck-
having your life ripped out of you.
I'm gonna burn a luck point here.
Cease, this is a +2, right? For your aura.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the DC is 17 here.
Oh, I failed.
Oh, I did too.
And Torque and
Of course, the
Virgil pass.
Warforged save. That fits.
Well, if it's Circle of Death, it doesn't affect constructs anyway, so... That's
Why
a lot.
wouldn't
What's
it affect
Shield
constructs?
Guardian?
Why would it not affect constructs?
Oh no, sorry, that's Horrid Wilting I'm thinking of. Where is your
The
Shield
total-
Guardian? Speaking of constructs.
Oh, it's apparently not here. I don't know if it can
Were
even...
you going to bring it in for this? We can
No.
retroactively bring it in.
No, it's okay, because it wouldn't have fit down that stairwell, really, so that's fine.
It could have squeezed, but
It's
Okay.
it's alright.
it's 30 necrotic damage if you failed, and 15 if you saved.
Oof.
30?
I rolled pretty badly.
He rolled badly, he says.
I guess it's about average.
I am almost bloodied.
I rolled 4 1s, but also 3 8s.
And our healer isn't here.
Yeah.
And yeah, that'll be the end of his turn. Next up is Torque.
Torque, commit violence.
I sent you a PM.
Oh, I'm not getting pings for some reason.
I thought Circle of Death is...
Everyone is asking me what details of magic items I made for them that I can't remember off the top of my head.
I know what you're doing.
I forgot that they'd improved Circle of Death from 8d6 to 8d8s. That really freaking hurts now.
It's still pretty bad for its level.
For a 60-foot radius, though, if you've got like a mass target area...
I have to think of our games specifically, and I can't justify it because it's not friendly fire, and how many enemies have we truly had to make that?
I will say it would have been amazing when we mass murdered the goats in that one campaign.
I think level 2 spell of Spike Growth did a good enough job at genociding them.
Jesus. I can't believe we never saw that farmer again. But of course, the character, the cast died before he ever got revenge. So
Yeah, there was a plan for that, but it's too late.
final end boss, it's just a very annoyed farmer.
Okay. Sorry. Torque is doing weird things.
Torque is doing fun things.
This tracks.
I think I know exactly what Torque is doing.
These are planned
I
weird
think
things,
you
but
do.
I wasn't expecting to happen right now.
Torque kind of walks forward, and you see he hesitates for like half a second, and then just like holds his arms apart, and a large radius burst of light just kind of real quick pulses out of him. And then he will chuck his mace at the jackass in front of us.
For those of us who have absolutely no context on what you just did, what did you just do?
Cast light and irradiation out from himself.
No. No, I did a,
Really pissed off Nelzim, though Nelzim doesn't know it yet.
I did a docent control pulse. And
his docent control lets him control other Warforged.
as he is chucking his mace at the guy here in front of us, he'll yell over to you guys, "Don't touch the other ones."
What other ones?
What other ones?
I assume he means the other 9.
There's only
Nine what?
it's only 3.
That's worrying. 10 were unaccounted for.
I'm gonna look at Glimmer and be like, 3 what? Right?
27.
Yeah,
27 to hit.
So these don't have sentience, they're being controlled. That's good to know.
the one in front of you is not the one of the ones that's factored in.
If it matters, my elemental. Oh, I forgot to do my whole rage thing, but I am raging. My elemental cleaver is lightning. If it matters.
Not in this case.
So 24 and then 2 radiant. And second attack. Nope, not advantage. 20 to hit.
He's going to use a reaction, which boosts his AC slightly, and then he's teleporting across the room.
So I assume that's a miss then.
That is a miss. He has a reaction that's basically like a parry, but also lets him teleport.
All right,
That's
that's
his
my
AC.
turn.
Okay. That brings us to the top of the round with Virgil.
Okay, so if this lets me move. Move, thank you. There you go. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Roving aim and Stabby McStabberton. So first attack. 21 to hit.
That is a hit.
Okay.
His normal AC is 18, and his special ability lets him add 2 once with a reaction.
So 11 plus 21. 4, 5. What? How's that bad? I rolled like 2 4s and 2 5s in that. 21, so 32 points of radiant damage. And
Okay.
attack. 27 to hit for another 5 points of slashing damage.
Okay. And anything else?
No, because that's action, bonus action, and full movement.
Sure. Then that brings us around to Glimmer.
Okay.
Actually, before we get to Glimmer, he's going to use a legendary action because I keep forgetting to use them.
Okay.
He's going to glare at Virgil. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, Virgil.
Is this against disease or magical sleep?
No.
Okay, wisdom saving throw. I'm going to use my second luck point on this. Oh, that was nearly a 14.
That's 18 psychic damage, and you have the frightened condition until the end of his next turn.
Oh, fantastic. What was the DC out of curiosity?
17.
Damn it, I almost had it.
So that's me now then.
Now it's your turn, yeah. I'm just trying to see if there's any way I can mark down the number of DCs used.
Ah. So, going to move up here towards the water. My detect magic is still going within 30 feet. Is anything popping under that water? Nope. Okay. And during that time, Glimmer has a weird smoky energy coming out of her eyes and mouth that coalesces into her hand, and she throws it at this Warforged as I'm casting Ralatham Psychic Lance. Can I get a DC 19 intelligence saving throw, please?
Ooh, 17.
Fail. So they take 23 psychic damage, and it is incapacitated until the start of my next turn.
That's nasty. Best goodness.
And I think that will be my turn. Yeah. End.
Okay, and then we're up to Lyra.
Fantastic. Okay. Step 1. Move. Step 2. I hit. 23 to hit.
That's it.
So it's 15 slurs damage. And
He's bloodied.
Stuff's gonna happen. Oh no, I'll wait till after this next hit. Yeah. $18.
I can't use duck and weave again, so that is a hit.
Fantastic. So 14 slurs damage. And I'm gonna smite. Wait, let me make sure that's right. Yes, okay. So then I'm gonna smite. That's 7 radiant damage. And then I'm gonna test something. Actually, wait, no, because this is a Warforged, isn't it?
Looks like a Warforged.
Remind me, what does incapacitated do?
It means he can't take any action, bonus action, or reaction. If he had concentration, which he didn't, it would have been broken. He's speechless, so he can't speak. And if he was incapacitated when we rolled initiative, he would have had disadvantage, but that doesn't matter here. But yeah, on his turn, he can't take an action, bonus action, or reaction.
There's no advantage against an incapacitated target, correct?
Correct. Okay, then never mind. I will hold off on what else I was gonna do. And that'll be my turn.
Okay, then at the end of your turn, he's going to use a legendary action, which is not disabled by incapacitated. And he's going to fire off a blast of energy out of his hand at Glimmer.
Okay.
AC 17.
I'm gonna cast Shield
It'll,
as a reaction.
so dark energy ray just blasts, pings right off the shield.
And yeah, like the Harry Potter, like my I have my staff up, and then I have my wand of magic detection, and it's just a as it reflects off and destroys something on the ceiling.
And he can't do much other than that with his actual turn.
He can move, can't he?
He can.
And trigger attacks of opportunity.
Uh-huh.
Which he doesn't really want to do.
It'd be such a shame if that happened.
No problem with this whatsoever.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, until the end of Nalzim's next turn. So, Virgil, you're no longer frightened.
I know. Go though. Thank you for that.
And now it's Stork's turn.
All right. Torque is going to walk up here. Oh, wait. I forgot to increase his size. Torque's going to walk up here.
I do declare.
I always relied on the kindness of strangers.
I'll
just
be
in
throwing my hammer real hard at that man right over there.
No, I didn't put them in the combat order. You guys also do hear some banging to the north. You don't know what it is.
Does
Uh,
Torque
j-
know what he does? No.
just in case he pulses again. And then
You're down one soldier already.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
I mean, this made our odds better, but that's also bad. Because there's big things.
Torque knows that though, right?
Yeah, I'd say that the docent has like at least like a status monitor for everything that's commanded, so it can tell if they die.
Torque will kind of point back at the northern door and say, "Open the door." And then chuck his hammer at our friend here. Crit! Uh, 35. And 12 radiant. Second
Where's the
attack.
12?
Huh? It was a 6, but the
Oh,
perfect adds
sorry,
to.
6.
But
Yeah.
the perfect adds
Just
the
have to
full
hit
6.
the double button.
Yeah, 16's probably not hitting.
That's a miss. No.
But I will take my let me double check what Great Weapon Master actually gives me. All it says is one attack. It doesn't say it has to be a melee attack, so he'll chuck it again as a bonus action. 27 to hit.
That's a hit.
26. And 5 radiant.
The maul literally crumples in the head of the Warforged,
Haha!
and as it's falling to its knees, it starts cackling and says, "This isn't over, you morons!" And it falls to the ground and seems to expire.
Oh. Excellent.
The door.
Are we still in initiative or not?
Yes, if you're trying to
Okay.
get to those Warforged.
Okay.
Next up would be Virgil.
I assume that means the sound was coming from that door to the north.
Yep.
It's coming from the north.
Okay. I'm going to go 5, 10, 15,
Like, it doesn't sound like somebody's bounding on that door. It sounds like there's something going on
30,
past that door.
5, 40. And I'm going to bonus action dash to get to the door. Is that door locked?
It is locked.
I'm going to pick it. Do I need to roll?
It's a DC 20.
I can't roll below a 23.
Then it's unlocked.
Okay.
I'm just going to open this one this time.
I just imagine he just like shunts out his rapier and like uses it as a universal key.
No, there was a lock. I just poke out like the
Yeah.
the pokes like it just like basically burns the lock off completely. Yeah. Okay. Did the door open when I unlocked?
Yeah, like, you can open it with a free object interaction after that.
Okay. 5.
This room seems to only have one, like, 8-foot long table, which seems to have some bloodstains on it, and a grill in the ground and some bloodstains on the floor. And there's another passage to the east or the left or there.
15, 20. That's all my movement. Oh, for fuck's sake, there's another door.
Next up would be Glimmer.
Okay. So I've got 5. What happened? Okay. So 5, 10, 15. 20, 25, 30, 35. Does my staff let me... I think it's just a disengage it is. Can you describe again what I'm saying?
There's this 8-foot long table that has some old bloodstains on it, and some bloodstains
Okay.
on the ground around it, and there's a
Okay.
grill on the floor just below it.
Yep.
And then there's a passage to the left, and that's all you can see.
4, 5. Yeah, let's do this. I'm going to use my free use of a bonus action to Misty Step, where I'm going to... Nope. I'm going to teleport 25 feet. Where I can't see anything.
Yeah, because the door's locked. Sorry.
Oh, no, there's a door there.
Yeah, I haven't got
Yep.
to that door yet.
I didn't know
Sorry.
there was a door there.
Yeah, that's 10.
I will use my free action interaction, or free object interaction to open.
Okay, that door's open. It does.
Oh.
It's not locked.
Oh, no.
I just
You
see a disembodied body and a big head.
You see a disembodied body is probably the first thing that you see, which you recognize that body. It looks very much like the Nalzim Agaster you were dealing with in court. The rope's gone, though. You see 2 Warforged that look a lot like Virgil fighting 2 massive stone statues that have been animated and are clearly moving around. And then there's a massive construct of some kind that's currently sitting there inactive, not moving at all. And there's a river that seems to be flowing through the place as well. That looks like it was not originally part of the design of this complex.
What the hell have you created? Jesus.
Okay, I still have an action. Sorry, I'm shook. Like, yep, let's double check range here really quick.
Do we want to keep going with this fight?
I'd say no. Like,
It's
Do we want to
getting
get
a
to the
little
end
late
of
already.
this? Do we want to get to the end of this round of combat and then keep the initiative tracker and let the other 2 roll in next week?
I'm okay with that. I'm about to do something kind of drastic. So we can either let me resolve my action now or first thing.
Let's run through this round of combat and then we'll call it there. I think that's easy enough.
If you say
Because
so.
I didn't want to keep going the whole way through because like there's a lot more in here to deal with as well.
Yeah,
So we're definitely
yeah.
not going to finish this tonight.
Oh god.
Oh, you thought the first fight was the end of the big bad?
No. I thought this fight was the end of the big bad.
Okay.
Glimmer. One thing you'll notice as you enter the Warforged that are fighting the statues turn and look at you, You would probably notice that their eyes are kind of purple, as you knew Torque's before he got his goggles.
So the two tiny Warforged or the statues?
The
tiny
two,
ones.
yeah.
Yeah, just making sure. You didn't say the statues, so okay.
No. How does that look like a transformer head, but made of stone?
Okay, so Glimmer is like she pulls up her sleeves really quick and then her arms and her fingers turn a really super pale gray as she clenches her fist, and I'm going to cast Hold Person on both of the statues. It's a DC 19 Wisdom saving throw.
Hold person, you said.
I sure did. To combat the paralyzed condition, FYI.
Yeah, it just immediately fails. They're not humanoids.
They don't have to be humanoids. That's Hold
Choose
Person.
a humanoid you can see within range.
That's Hold Person.
You said hold person.
No, I said. Oh, okay. Then 5th level, Hold Monster.
Okay, hold monster makes more sense.
Yeah, sorry. I don't have Hold Person because of that exact limitation.
I was like, really? Hold person? These are constructs. It's not
No.
going to work.
No, Hold Monster. Sorry.
Yeah, that makes more sense. DC 19 wisdom?
Yep.
It does actually say cast hold monster when you clicked it, so.
Because I don't actually have Hold Person to spell, so.
Hey, their wisdom is terrible. 17 for the top one, and
Fail.
oh, not 20 for the bottom one.
Boo.
Damn
Boo,
it.
Wendy.
Hey, one's
Hesperger.
good.
Boo. Boo, Wendy.
Top one, so that's it affects them by making them paralyzed.
Yep.
They're immune to be paralyzation. Womp womp.
See, I had another plan, but because they were constructs, I didn't want to do it. Oh,
Sorry.
well. It's what it is, right? So, okay.
That's rough. I'm sorry, dude.
Bummer.
Standard stone golems. Paralyzation is one
No,
of the things
that's what it is. That's the benefit of being an enchanter wizard is that when my stuff works, it's devastating. But not everything works with it. So, okay.
Okay. Next up would be Lyra. And between Lyra and Torque, I imagine it's mostly just going to be movement.
Say it. Ready? There's. That's my turn.
Oh Jesus, I hadn't seen the big guy. Is the big guy the one that's inactive?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Holy fuck, he looks brutal.
Next up is Torque, who again is probably just moving. Was that a dash?
It's a dash. I could go a little more, but I'd end up, I think, only like here, and I don't know how tall this table thing is, so I'll just stay behind it.
See, the Eberron player in me knows exactly what that is. And I don't like it.
Endis.
Yes.
Can I retroactively from my turn go back and use my bonus action to cast Lay on Hands on myself?
Did you use your bonus action while you were moving?
I used my move and my action.
Then you can use your bonus action where you are and not have to move position. That's fine.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, me, the player, knows what that is, and I don't like it.
Me, the player, does not.
Me, the player, is also clueless.
Fun times.
It's really
It-
awesome.
It does not look like a friendly face.
House Cannith was really creative, FYI, guys.
Wait, that's a Warforged?
Yeah.
Okay, how do we get Torque's consciousness into a new body? So I want to imagine that.
There we go. There's the full image.
Pardon?
There's the full image in the game. Look.
I was going to say,
Yeah,
that,
transfer me into that, and then let me rage and go up
I was
a
about to say the
size
exact same
from that.
thing. Be a gargantuan. Jesus.
So
Actually-
what's funny is that's not the most terrifying Warforged that exists in Eberron.
That's not even close.
Nope.
Wait,
One of the
bigger than
Warforged
that thing?
things. There's one of the Warforged Colossi that's CR25, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And it's intended you fight on top of it and inside of it and things like that.
It's literally like a mage tower where it has like 8 levels or something.
It's like Shadow of the Colossus level,
It's
boss
awesome.
monster level.
Yeah.
Warforged Colossus. Yeah.
And I believe per canon they're all inactive except for one that's actually still crawling towards its destination. Oh boy,
and
I'm excited for
since-
next week.
Since I was end of round, if it probably won't matter, but if it does matter, the docent would do another pulse.
It's not detecting any more Warforged in range. That are inactive, at least.
Okay. I'm
Interesting.
sorry that my story arc might just get us all killed, but this is going to be fun.
Well, hopefully we'll have more help next week.
Was that first Warforged a custom one that you'd done then?
The first one was Nalza Magaster.
As a Warforged?
Oh,
Oh. He put-
interesting.
He basically Necroned himself?
Interesting.
You guys have been making all kinds of guesses, and not one of them has been correct.
Wait, did he
don't-
put his... What? I thought it was a Warforged that we thought that was looking like me.
It was. This one was another one that looked a lot like you.
Oh, did he soul thingy into it? Soul cage into it?
Magic
so-
jar.
Soul jar, yeah. That would be
Huh.
dope. Would also
Huh.
explain why his body's completely... It's on the floor.
Huh. We'll figure that out.
Oh boy,
get
that
there.
means his soul's inside something somewhere. If that's soul cage, there's going to
Cool.
be a jar or something around the area
We'll
that
figure
he's...
that out next week. But this was really
times.
cool.
Oh, mate. I'm loving this. This is... Yes.
Yeah, kudos. All right, but I'm gonna hop off for tonight.
Yeah, good
and
night, guys.
I'll think about this through the week and bring it up in chat. So good job, Ennis.
Same.
This was cool.
Hopefully we
Yeah,
have
man.
Ali and Splendor back next week so we can make this
Yeah.
a really good fight.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
I won't be here next week.
Oh.
Great.
Sorry.
Okay.
I'm gonna rephrase that. I'm gonna try, but there's a high chance I will not make it.
No worries if you can't.
I mean, to be
Okay.
fair, I usually balance all of my planning around 5 people being present, and
Great.
then I'll sometimes scale things down a little bit if it's only
Mm-hmm.
4.
Mhm.
But-
Okay.
Also checking the channel early is most likely out next week also.
Hey.
But we don't
Well,
need a healer.
We'll see. Anyone. Well, I technically have a couple of healing potions in my possession, so
I have none left.
I should have
Gosh.
given those out. But okay, here we are.
I keep forgetting that I have them. I think I have 5 graders on me right now.
I have
So
five,
you've got all the
5
big ones
graders.
who are like, we'll make you the tank, and then you're the one who doesn't get targeted anymore.
I can make them with my greenhouse, so I think like Splenda has a whole bunch of them too. But
I have 2 superior
Hmm.
healing potions on me.
I have
Okay.
no healing potions left. I have a lot of poisons though, but that is absolutely useless in this fight.
yes,
No, it's fine. I've got tune points I can make to make sure this isn't going to be
Well-
necessarily a TPK.
we'll see how it works out. But yeah, cool. All right, have a good night, guys.
Yeah, good night, guys. Thank you so
Bye.
much for a great
Have
game.
a good
Take
one.
it easy.
Night, everyone.
All right, and with that, we are done for the evening. That was horrific. But hey, my docent came into play. That's fun.
Yeah.
And controlled a couple of guys that would have been extra baddies that could have fought against us. Instead, they're fighting for us. That's cool. And if they happen to live, I can effectively give birth to them. Because the docent pulse causes, eventually causes sentience. Yeah. Birth. Anyway, we will see what happens with that next week. Yeah. So, that's going to be it. I'll be back on Tuesday at 9 o'clock Eastern for Raid Night. I think we're doing more Mythic progression. And then on Thursday, I don't know what Relentless is doing, if they're going back to Crown or if they're gonna stick with moving on March. But we will see. That is also at 9 o'clock on Thursday. But I will see you Tuesday, and until then, as always, thanks for coming, thanks for hanging out, and have a great night.